Welcome back to My Brother's Dungeon. I am Aaron Thomas, your Dungeon Master. Unfortunately, Dana was supposed to be sitting in this seat to do a recap, and she failed. She's not here, so I'm going to do it for her. I am going to do it in her voice, impression of her. So, hi, I'm Dana, and welcome to My Brother's Dungeon. No, I'm just joking with you. That's not really Dana. She is on video. We'll get to them in a minute. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. We are doing this stream, and then we probably won't do another stream until late October. We haven't got that date yet, but we're probably going to discuss it before we leave tonight. If you want to show us some support, we'd like you to go ahead and subscribe to the live stream if you have Amazon Prime. That way it's totally free to you, and it gives us some support so we can keep continuing to upgrade. We do have a new upgrade. Zach, can you show us the battle map? Is good? Is it on there? Zach's on top of it this week. All right, you can turn the battle map off. But just, we're working on things. We're getting things set up. We're continuing to improve, and hopefully our audio is fixed. If we have 10 subscribers this week through Twitch by the end of the week, I'm going to go ahead and raffle off a free signed copy of my newest novel, The Forgotten Clone, which is in stores on Amazon. And we'll make sure I get that signed and sent out to you from the first 10 subscribers, and it should be totally free if you have it on Amazon. With that, we will get started. You gentlemen last left off with episode 3, crossing a bridge where you were attacked by a set of goblins and their cohort, a giant troll that came creeping out from underneath the bridge. You managed to slay him, and that is where we're going to pick up for today's game. So you can put the rest of the table on there. You good? All right. Now we'll go ahead and roll our introduction video again. Do we? Zach?
My bad. You weren't even in school most of this week, man.
Not even. All right. Well, we're going to get back to our video. We have a video introduction. Eventually, we'll get that up and running, maybe. So you are sitting outside. The birds are chirping. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You have moved a troll away from the bridge. You've taken about an hour for Elmo to recreate this cart using his artisan's blessing. But now you have a nice new Vincenzo flyer, and you're ready to roll. You also got yourselves some troll blood, I do believe. Harvest some troll blood.
I had 3 vials. Like
3 vials.
Rick has had it, right?
Yeah, Rick has got, so you can put. You weren't here, so yeah, you can put those in.
Yeah, she put
Well, you had 3.
You had
That
3.
I gave him.
Yeah, and I gave 1 or 2 more.
Okay.
I thought you gave him whatever he had left because it was something he could make healing potions out of.
Yeah,
I think
I
she.
thought you had 2.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, I thought it was 5 total.
And you were down
sounds
1
right.
because you had created a healing potion.
She has 7 vials of troll's blood in here for me.
Okay, great. That
Yeah,
sounds
you
about
had
right.
2 and I had 2,
Okay.
and he had,
I
yeah.
gave you
Okay.
3 empty vials. May have a little trace of
Yeah,
poison in them, but
Well, just a little bit. Yeah. The regenerative properties will come
It'll be good.
out.
It'll be
don't worry
good.
about it. Just drink it.
Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're waiting for this cart to be finished up? Because it takes about an hour to do the blessing. So, anything else while he's doing the blessing to get this cart up and running?
Can't create poison to give him all my vial.
Nope.
I don't have anything else to do.
So we're continuing on the road north.
Yeah, we were going to Terrados. Is that where we're going?
Yep. So you got about probably another day's travel before you reach New Haven on the roadway.
So we get a rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, you get a short rest while he's doing the.
Well, I want a long rest for my spells.
Right. How big is New Haven? This is a little bump in the road, or
It's a little larger of a town. I would say there are probably 3 inns, maybe. Some crafting stores, some Home's Good stores. And, there is a wizard school there, and there is a glass blowing shop there.
Like Silver Dollar City, it's there for hours.
Yeah. So, continuing on, who's going to be pulling the cart? Who's going to be keeping an eye out on the road? Dana, what are you doing?
Oh, she just said a curse word.
There's a little bit of a delay, so bear with me. Hopefully you didn't hear that. Yeah, no, I'm basically just gonna be keeping an eye out for whatever along the road.
She's gonna dot him.
Okay. Perception check from Dana, and then
That's
whoever
probably
else
the
is
screen.
going to keep an eye out and go ahead and give me a perception check as well.
You had the highest
I'll
perception.
pull the cart.
Yeah. Okay.
My new flyer.
It actually moves a little smoother now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the new joints or
perception's
not.
plus
It may
3.
gum up, but
You know what? I'll
An
take
It's like
that.
plus 4 or 5, wasn't it?
an 8,
My perception is 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to perception.
24.
24. Okay. These are familiar roadways. You've traveled this before. You've been through these towns before. Rolling plains off to the sides. Off to the east is the pentagonal forest.
The
Yes,
what
the
forest?
pentagonal forest. I'm
Oh,
trying to
okay.
remember right. I don't have my map here yet. And it's pretty clear, and you find a good spot by the end of the night to camp down, a usual place used by travelers on the road.
Cool.
The night goes without problem. You guys wake up the next morning, and keep continuing to travel on. So whoever's gonna keep going on the next day, keeping a lookout. Perception check for you on that.
21.
21. Okay. So very familiar area to you, and as you start to get close, you see in the distance, probably about noonish, since you guys traveled for another 4 hours before bedding down the night before. You get on closer, and so it's about noonish when you guys arrive at New Haven. And there's no big deal. You see some deer and some wildlife running around. Seems pretty good. Usually good signs that there's no trouble is wildlife running around and close to the road.
I'd like to actually try and hunt one of the deer. Go take a little sidestep and go see if I can't grab one.
Sure. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay.
See if you can track it down a little bit as it takes off when it sees you.
Do you know what a deer is?
8.
You get closer to it, and the ground's pretty soft because it's been raining, but it takes a trail off across the river, and you can't find the tracks on the other side. So small stream, so you don't know where it went.
All right.
Yep.
It would have been a great role-playing moment, dang it.
Yep.
Just say, yes, you do that.
Aquila comes back with a wonderful squirrel. It's still alive until she gets it on the ground next to the cart as you pass, and she makes quick work of it and then catches up. So Aquila does what
Good for Aquila.
Yeah. Aquila. Yeah, sorry, Aquila.
Aquila's my eagle. Yeah.
You arrive at the city of New Haven. Its streets are mucky and muddy from the last few days of rain, and there are large shops. You see a nice new keep that's being built, and just asking around a bit. That's the new wizard school that they're building, where Alma said that he had gone to school at. And you continue on. You see a few familiar shops. Anything you want to do in New Haven?
Are we staying the night, or are we going to keep traveling through?
It's noon, so whatever you want to do.
How much farther is the Daredevils?
Probably another day travel.
Okay. Is either
Oh, just that? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't think we had anything we needed here.
how much money to do anything with?
A little broke.
Nobody's gonna stop? We just keep on trucking.
Keep on
Yeah.
going.
I'll just
Let's
keep on
let's
trucking.
stop.
Oh, okay.
Stop?
Yeah.
Alright.
See out here. I assume what? So basically, we've been on the road for 2 weeks.
No.
Right, no?
For like 4 days maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was like 2 weeks from from Old Pollock to Terrados.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. This is a
Oh.
smaller continent, so it's pretty. It's a lot smaller than the other ones in the Sword Coast, and so there you can make quick travel around here. It'd probably only take about 2 weeks from northern coast to southern coast.
Gotcha.
So
Alright.
you're probably about a day from. Yeah. So you're good to go.
Disregard
Yeah.
them. Let's keep going.
Okay. So after you talk and kind of consult your map a little bit, figure things out about how long it's going to take, you head on north. And you're not used to traveling with a cart, so you don't really think about how much time it's taking you. And you seem to travel faster, but you're not. With them keeping up and switching out with.
Is the cart just slowing us down at this point? If the
I
cart's
think it's
slowing
keeping up
us
as
down,
long as you guys are switching, like you and Hanua. She can probably pull a little faster than you and has no problem doing it with her strength modifier.
yeah, I'm not much strong, so.
What is your string modifier?
1.
Yeah, mine is too.
So you travel on north,
Mounty and Dexy, but not strong.
you knowing this road too, you get to a place where it's getting dark and the sun's starting to set, and you've got to go find a camp spot pretty soon. And there's not one near where this is at. I mean, usually you start off, a day from New Haven to Terrados or Terrados to New Haven, and it's a 1 day trip and you're good to go. But you're right in the middle and it's starting to get dark. You got to go to 4 hour, at least another 8 hours of travel time in there, and there's nowhere to bed down. You do see a familiar unmarked road that's overgrown with some grass that you recognize.
Stop there.
Stop there for the night. So you travel on for another half hour or so on this road that Cinnamore leads you down, and come out into a nice small wooded area, and leads you through that and into a nice open path inside of this little grove. And there's a small cabin. There's a small trail of smoke coming out the top. It's got a small stables there, and there's a grinding stone outside underneath an awning, and some tanning equipment outside underneath an awning, which there's some fresh hide on. And there's a small light in the window. As you guys pull up, it's now sun is set. There's some late purples in the sky, and you are outside this little cabin.
Whose is this again?
This is Order of
On it,
Route 2.
or
This is Order of Route 2.
well, right, but who?
You don't know who's in there.
Oh, okay.
Could be any one of them. Or someone you don't know.
Okay. I'm still barging in.
Okay. You barge in, and immediately to your left, or to your right in the corner, a crossbow is like yanked up from
Sorry.
Soraya. She yanks it up from her side and points it at the door, and Valakor comes walking out of a back room, and he's got like a bowl of food, and he kind of peeks out, and Soraya goes, "Oh, it's just you." And it's just surprising for you, this really fairly pretty girl is sitting in the corner with a crossbow. She's got a few scars on her, and she has got this rough voice, like gravelly, very rough. And she lowers her crossbow and comes over and holds out her hand for a handshake from Cinnamore.
Sister, how goes it?
It's wonderful. How are you?
Good. Just traveling through to Terrados.
You bring us friends?
Something of the sort.
Are they recruits or are they friends?
Not recruits, not these.
Better for them anyways. She
That's
goes
true.
back to the corner and starts like sharpening a small dagger that she's been working on for a while, it looks like. Valakor comes out from the back And if you give us a description of him, if you would.
Yeah, give me a second. Oh, I didn't really have a description of him. Thanks for the heads up on that. Thanks.
Thank you for leaving it up to me.
So Valakor has come up in the past when we met the Werefolk in Old Pollock. He is a member of the Bloodhunter crew as well. He stands about 6'1", 6'2", another human, light brown hair, light brown eyes as well, and also riddled with scars, many more than Cinnamore has. He's a little bit older, probably in his 40s, and has definitely seen his days outside of this cabin. He's definitely on the stronger side, very built, very muscular, just a broad, tall man, and carries a two-handed sword on his back and a sword and shield.
He doesn't carry them right now. They're actually sitting up on the wall on a rack. There's a lot of weapons here. You can pick and choose, that, and take which ones you want. Some are not in the best condition, but can be worked over and brought into a better state of repair. There is a spread of some breads and cheeses out and some dried meats on the table. And you know that there's more in barrels in the back, and they keep this as a resupply unit, a place or somewhere to set their hat when they're not working on a mission or they don't have any leads to go on. You don't see anybody else from your order. Just these two are here. He welcomes you in, gives you all a plate, gives you all utensils to eat with, shakes your hand. Some stories are shared, just of the rain and the recent events, drying weather, and small talk basically.
Chiefs being the Chargers.
Right,
things like
Chiefs
that.
beating the Chargers, and
Chargers gonna beat the crap out of the Chiefs fan.
and let you know that you can stay the night and bed there with no problem. Although there's probably a little problem with the room for everyone at this point. There's a couple loft bedding areas.
Cool.
Okay. You want to chat with him or?
Yeah. So I greet Valakor with a bro hug,
Okay.
for sure.
And he reciprocates, no problem.
Eleanor, Ghost, where are they?
Eldar went to Orton Mordas about a week ago.
What?
He said he was checking something out, some rumors he's heard. And the ghost went to the Tagonal, beyond the Tagonal Forest. They're having some strange occurrences there, and Elven City up on the other side.
I'm not sure if you like going back there or not.
Last time he was pretty roughed up. The druids got him, transferred him where he wasn't supposed to go, but I think he's got their hunting patterns down now. So. Actually, when he mentions the ghost, this is something that does trigger with you. This is another rival assassin who disappeared about 5 years ago and hasn't been seen since. Like,
The ghost is a
The
rival
ghost.
assassin.
yeah, like, he was like, if you wanted to beat this guy and be the best, the ghost was it. On this continent, the ghost was the man to be if you were an assassin. You had to ask him for how to do that, or for contracts. He was the guy to go to, and he's just gone. Nobody knows what happened to him, but
The ghost is a ghost.
obviously these two know him, and they're talking about him, or at least someone named the ghost that's alive. So
So if you wanted to get a contract, the You went to the Ghost and he was the one that gave you the contract?
No, if you wanted to,
Or
if you wanted
had a
to,
contract,
you had a
like,
contract.
taken care of,
Yes.
that's the guy you called.
Yeah, he was the best. He was the best of the best.
Or face hotline, hold on, this
Yeah.
time.
Or donation channels
lighting up.
You said, who saw this Ghost? Who's talking about the Ghost?
Cinnamore is, he mentioned it, and Valacor was talking about where he went and what he's doing right now. So this was just another person from his chapter, the Order of Utu.
What do you know of what Eldar's seeking? What did he say?
He said there was some evil forces up there, something he's been long wanting to check out. But you know, he does disappear every couple of years, comes back.
True.
I'm thinking that's where he was going. But he told us to wait here, not bother if he did come back, like he always does.
Any other whisperings, problems around the area?
That's why we're here. We're waiting for the ghost to come back, and we'll see if it's something we can do with him.
When did he leave?
Oh, he probably left 4 days ago.
How long is it to the Dagmar Forest?
To the edge of the Patagonal Forest, it's probably about 2 days. But then through the Patagonal Forest, you're going through heavy forest. And
Sure.
it's probably a week and a half to where he's going.
Through the forest, or a week and a half total?
A week and a half once you get to the edge of the forest and
Gotcha.
past it. Just because it's hard to traverse and it takes some heavy terrain, thick terrain. So you should be back in a couple weeks, maybe 3.
Well, I tell him about everything that we found down in Pollock, kind of reporting back about the Revenant and what he told us. Lord, what was the guy's the first guy?
Terrell, or Lord Terrell.
Terrell, yeah, because I keep wanting to call him Terrados, and that's kind of Lord Terrell, and then the Hag, and what's going on with the Pollock
Okay.
with
Just one hag.
just one. That's all we found. And it's strange. Usually they run in threes, I know, but she was alone. The city cleared afterwards. It didn't make any sense, but
And the little girls.
they're back with their families now.
For how long?
One of them's 12.
Something we might check out when the ghost returns.
Yeah.
And you said the journal's gone.
Who?
The journal, it's gone.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get to read a whole lot of it. I had other strange things happen. I have these powers now, Velokar. I don't. It's strange. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'll cast Chill Touch on him.
Okay. Is that an attack roll?
Yeah, technically.
And roll an attack roll.
Allow me. Allow me. To be
With advantage, because you.
okay. Yeah, 19.
Okay.
And so this red and black marbled smoky hand reaches out from the floorboards and kind of wraps around his legs just for a brief moment, and then it goes away.
Okay.
I would just do minimum 1 damage to him.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So he kind of he just like gives like a growl at the pain, but it's not like it's minuscule to him.
And then-
pain, but he's more frustrated that this is something that's usually used against you and not from you, one of your band. And he immediately goes over to the wall where you guys keep your knowledge at, and opens this false wall, and you guys watch as he pulls the sconce and like twists it and pulls it, and this wall opens up, and there's books, lines of books with different names, different creatures. There's a Volo's Guide to Monsters in here. There's a few compendiums over here of just information on rituals and spells, and just not how to perform them, but how to combat them, and what they look like, and arcane symbols and things like that. So language decoder books and things like that. So he starts flipping through pages, and he's kind of getting frustrated because he doesn't see. I mean, he doesn't say anything to you. He's obviously distraught and confused by you having this power. He doesn't say anything to you about it. Just watch how you use it, and I'll see if I can find any information. And if I do, I'll leave the markings in a book for you.
Thank you.
If you travel at all, you better get some rest. Unless there's something else you need to talk to me about.
Walk with me.
Okay. So you and Valakor walk out.
Z.
You're the one who always has the timer.
No, you did it all by your lonesome. You were a grown-up little boy last time.
Maybe. I don't
No,
remember
I got it.
how to.
We see Aaron.
I had a timer going.
We're having a more technical difficulty because of our technical officer.
I had a. Didn't realize because I had it at 20 minutes.
I think you're supposed to set it at 30.
So yeah, Amazon
Yeah,
Prime,
but-
you can subscribe to our channel for free, and you get all kinds of great content, including all the blackouts
25.
and the loss of stuff. Dana, how's it going over there? How's the stream looking on your end? Are you doing good?
There's a little bit of feedback there. The stream's looking good. I mean, big black box looks awesome.
It's back. No black box.
All right.
What'd you say?
At 40 minutes. I'm good.
Why not just count it down? You know what? You do you, man. You did it fine last time.
Don't.
Cool. Sorry. Sorry.
So you all observe this conversation. You met Soraya. Is there anything you guys want to talk to them about or do?
So this is his group. Is this what this is?
This is his.
I need you to
one of
dumb
his,
it down from
yes,
time
this
to
is one of his chapters.
The order of what?
The Order of Utu.
I see.
As-
I've got you two.
No.
Oh no.
Oh,
The order. So Cinnabon is in as you two.
Oh my gosh.
And,
Utu, yes.
okay. And so this is his
UTU.
plan. This is his,
UTU.
This is your group of whatever you guys are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we don't know anything about
Gotcha.
Now,
And this is your
You
home
don't
base.
do
We
we
kind
think,
of say home base. We don't, I mean, I would say you've probably gathered we don't really have a
An
home
outpost.
base. It's
It's definitely an important outpost, so it's not just some random cabin in the
Yeah.
woods.
It is just some random cabin
Full of-
with a big stock full of stuff.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Full of
It's meant to
Crispy
look like it's
Mhm.
nothing.
now was Jason headed down this way eventually, if with his new shape possibly?
You need the new shape.
Can he like take over another body or something? Is that what the Revenant thing? He has to take
Yeah.
over.
He can.
Oh.
Doesn't necessarily get to, but he can.
But this is the way he's headed though, right?
Yeah, he would be.
How do we know that?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
If he was
it's the
headed
same thing.
towards Arter Moreland,
But we don't know where he was at, right? No. Yeah, he was in.
we know Arter Moreland
Well, he
is
told
in
us the direction though when we asked him.
Fort Mortis.
Yes,
So, which is where Elodar is.
which is beyond
Going.
Turdos.
Yeah.
Which is where we're going to Turdos
Off to
first.
the left or right of
It's up to the
Tardos,
west.
or
Yeah.
We need a map.
Direction.
We need a map.
I have a map.
We need a map.
Consult your map on the drive.
On the drive.
Maybe we could check with them and see if they've seen anything suspicious, like a. Well, I guess we don't know what shape he took yet for sure.
Seen a
But it was either-
random revenant walking around.
Seen any undead just dragging a foot?
Killed. Again.
Can they, do they have any detect undead abilities or anything where they might notice something go by?
Actually, Soraya might, yeah. Soraya might have, with her background.
Yeah, she, as you're asking her this and telling her more about the Revenant that he failed to mention to any of his friends.
I told them all about the Revenant.
She kind of flips a dagger and she's just like, if there was any undead around here, they'd be dead. Or deader than they were.
Re-dead.
And when she's around, you get the idea that she doesn't like to talk for some reason. She doesn't like to speak, and she kind of keeps off to herself. So you have to like ask her a direct question before she even answers, and then it's short.
What is she? Human, elf, dwarf, tiefling? What are we dealing with here? These two peoples.
Yeah, she would be.
I think.
Some drive.
Uh-huh.
She would be another.
Yep, one of those.
Hate those people. Ghost is going to be. Ghost is definitely a wood elf.
What?
Ghost is definitely a wood elf.
Definitely would help.
Yes. Glad I had a heads up on this. This is good. Specifically
We'll
asked,
come back
what do
there's a
you need
female
for this,
there.
for Soraya? Oh, you won't need it this week. It's fine.
So
This is good.
you don't get much of her personalities while you're here. And her hair is covering her ears, so you don't know if she's human or if she's elf. She's got a lot of scars that kind of. But if you guys spend more time with you, probably figure it out.
Is she large busted or slim busted?
You can't tell because her leather armor is very tight. So yeah,
Okay, so definitely not dwarf.
and she's got some fur.
Definitely not
covering her.
tiefling.
Not dwarf.
So we're either human or elf of some kind, right? Okay, good enough, whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, she doesn't
That's not what I'm doing on my
indicate
break.
that she would kill anything that came close, or if she detected anything. But she does not. As you depart from the cabin, you look over into one of your trees, and your eagle is fast asleep in its usual spot when you stay here. And it is quiet as it's ever been, except for the chirping of crickets, and locusts, and the occasional howl of a night animal. And he just begins to talk. And you had something you wanted to speak on.
I did. The hag situation bothers me.
It's strange if there's only one. Unless
And how many girls were there?
there's 3.
3. Okay. But only one was 12, right? The rest were younger.
You didn't ask.
That's good. All right.
Well, they were all taken on their 12th birthdays, though, weren't they? Wasn't that the story?
Every
We're taking
birthday.
every birthday.
This just happened to be that one's 12th birthday.
Oh, they were taking every birthday.
You would know that they are around the same age,
See, I would know their ages
all
being in
around the
town.
same age, yeah. So almost 12 or older. You can't remember just exactly what their birthdays are.
Mhm.
They're all around 12. Strange if you that the journal just disappeared.
I'm worried about that too. Unfortunately, I was preoccupied. That was the night that I had a vision, and then I woke up with this thing.
What's your vision?
I had a vision of what I'm after, Val. Jarrell's out there. And I think he's way more powerful than we ever thought. I don't think we can handle him.
What did you usually tell you?
I think he's our Camelot.
When you have real problems. Maybe we should find something that would aid you in your destruction of this drill.
What do you know about what happens when the hags turn?
I've never been there when they do. But the stories I've heard is their body deforms and rips out of the skin that they're in. Like a husk.
Do they understand?
From everything I've read, they understand everything. What? Can you hear us good? You can hear everything. You made me do this. I
love you guys so
Every memory that they've had in life, every taught lesson that they've had, every memory that you would have as a kid, they have. It's just twisted and used. And I am Balcor.
Oh.
Gosh, I want to be back in court.
Shut up, Prophet. Shut up, Blue Jay. Let me do some research on what I can find on Arcana Blast as well. And I'll leave that here for you. I wouldn't engage without the rest of us. It really is an Arcana Blast. They can bring others to the fight in an instant.
Just one alone. We've had enough.
It's troublesome. Where are you going next?
To Terados.
The
Work architect.
architect, Ward Branisher.
The architect is involved somehow too. With what happened, we got the deed to the town
You got a deed to a town?
of Old Pollock. It was pre-addressed to whomever dealt with the problem. They would inherit the town. It just doesn't sound right. And my companions seem to have some history with the architect and know he's involved in other things. I know we don't involve ourselves in the politics that go on in the cities, but it sounds like he's got his hands in a lot of pots, Cal.
Speaking of hands pots, I've got your money from the last job we did. It's in the chest in the room.
Thank you.
Watch yourself in the city. This is never going well for us. Only the one that survived the city as long as the priest.
He's had a little more practice than the rest of us.
Just keep that in mind when you're there. I've got a lot to think about and a lot of research to do for you. And if I'm not here when you come back, the research will be.
Thank you. I'll do some reading tonight as well. See what I can find.
Turn his head back inside.
Alright.
You guys enjoy a nice warm cabin. It's dry, although it starts to rain a little bit more in the middle of the night. And you see Valcor still up late at night reading his the lofts in this area, the beds are hay beds, but they look down into the center of the room. The main room is where most of you guys are looking at. And you can see he's spending most of his night reading by candlelight until you go to bed, and he stays up a little bit longer. He sets out a couple bowls where it leaks on the roof to keep the tables and things dry, and he looks dry. And continues. You wake up in the morning and he's in bed. There's fresh eggs there. There's chicken that Soraya is cooking. You know better than to mention her in any kind of motherly or womanly fashion, doing any kind of chores, but the rest do not. And there's a whole plate of stuff out there. She's not there, but there's food cooked and ready for breakfast.
Eat up.
Nice.
Got a hard ride this morning ahead of us, and then to Terrados.
You do find about 1,500 gold from your past jobs in your chest.
Nice. What are you talking about? You don't know that.
You have something to steal now.
We're in the road. What are you doing? Roll over here. Out of the sea.
Watch me over here, right hand.
He's too lazy for that.
Travel on another half day or so once you make it back to the road. End up getting to Terrados through the not-covered road. Probably takes you an extra couple hours just to get there from the condition that you're riding in. But it's not raining today, it's just from what was left over from the storm that passed through the night before. And you get there about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The city is yours to explore. There is, like I was telling, you know all about this, Johnny, but he can tell you that this town is broken up into 3 parts. There's an outer ring, it's kind of shaped like a rainbow upside down. There's an outer ring of that rainbow is the commons area, the slums, kind of where you can find some of the cheaper shops and the dive bars and things like that. And it's called the commons for a reason. A lot of common folk end up here. Then there's the inner ring, which is more of the high-end area of Terrados. It's where you can find Hanson Street, which is a set of shops owned by the same family.
Hanson?
Hanson.
Like the band Hanson?
Like the band Hanson, they all work together in a shop. Although they make finely crafted items and probably very good at what they do. They stick together in this area just because they're a family. They share the same name. But each one has their own trade. Each one has their own shop. And they are one of the high-end places here. And then there's the wharf or docks on the center portion of the northern part of the city, which is where the inner rainbow exists. The king of
That
Terrados.
section was called what? That section was called what?
I have some other name for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you come into town, you get the commons, and then you get to the high-end
You get the
living
high-end.
places, and you get the port area,
Right.
right?
Right. The king lives in the higher end area, on the coast, on the middle ring to the west end. Yeah, because it's more in a more mountainous area, more hills, so it'd be harder to get to. So, as you enter the eastern end of Terrados, through one of their gates, you would go through the commons. If you kept going north, you would go into the noble streets where they have the higher priced areas and the Hanson's shops. And if you traveled all the way west, you would make it to the King of Terrados, the Terrados Castle. If you just kept going north, you would get into the port.
What's the king's name? You have the king's name?
I think it's Oren Branisher.
Oren?
Hold on, let me check. I don't want to give you the wrong name here. Because Warwick Branisher, I think, is
Warwick was
Warwick.
the cousin.
Warwick is the cousin.
He's a Branisher though.
Yes, he is a Branisher. And as soon as I find where it is, then I will tell you. I didn't plan it.
Brinisher,
Yeah, we just know King Brandisher.
he has a loose rule.
Let me look at this and see if I can find it real quick. And anything you guys want to do first when you guys are.
We're here to find
Warwick.
Warwick because, why again? Because he was the one that had signed the deed to the town.
He's got a bone to pick.
That's right. Because he did,
He was in the slave trade.
I
Yeah,
thought
he's
that was the guy that we were going to go to the other town. I thought we wanted the,
No,
Arthur
Arthur
Moreland was the
Moreland.
guy that came
that's
and
you guys.
he was like the sheriff of Old Pollock, basically, and came in and
You and
killed
I had a
people.
bone to pick with the architect, and they had something to do with
Well, Arthur Moreland is the one
Executor.
who has a deal or was involved with the executor, the demon.
the demon, and he was the one.
So
that
he's
came
connected to
and
the demon somehow.
destroyed Old Pollock essentially, killed everybody. He's the one that Jason was going after.
Art Moreland,
Yeah.
and he's connected to the the architect. Right?
Well, we think that they're all connected
We
somehow.
assume somehow, but we don't have any.
We don't have anything to go off of that.
That's right. So part of us wanted to get Art Moreland. The other one, you and I were more interested in that
The
architect.
Yeah.
And the architect just happened to be closer. So
Yeah.
yes.
It is Orin, Orin, and Suri, Suri, Branisher, our king and queen. Not Siri, Suri,
Suri.
Suri. First stop in Terrados, anybody?
Is there anything we need? You need a little bit of
Regis,
time.
you're
to-
looking around. This is more city than you have ever seen before. You've seen the walls. You've maybe even seen the city walls of Terrados, but never been inside.
I'll stick pretty close to the guard, I think.
Yeah.
So architect's one I had was stealing the kids. He's the law,
He's the king's cousin,
but he was also the law in this town too.
so he's got pull of some kind. I don't know if he's
Did
like.
you say he
the
was
lawman.
like the lawman, or is he just a lawman?
He is the lawman.
So he's the head.
He's the
So
one
he's-
that gives the orders.
He's the sheriff.
He's Andy Griffin.
Yeah.
All right.
He is, no, he's not Andy Griffin at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's not
We
Barney
need to-
Five.
We need to find Barney Fife then.
Alright, well, we need to get money.
I was gonna say we probably need to see if there's somewhere we can get some work, get some income in
Find out where
sometime.
the architect is.
But what do we need? What do we need money for?
You've got some church friends here you used to stay with, and we were studying at the temple, for the Allhammer. You have friends as well, and you know people. So wherever you want to go.
Rikis, what do you bring to the table?
Nothing in the city.
Flour?
I can be inconspicuous and get around, but that's about it.
Yeah, Panthers do really well in cities.
I can house cat, dog,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be something that's combat useful.
Alright, well, I don't know.
Coming into the city, I'm throwing on long sleeves jacket.
Okay. He pulls up a long sleeve jacket, make sure that it's covering his scars.
Cold?
I always had my hood up
You got your hood up?
in the city.
Okay.
Me, not so much. The people, yeah.
They don't take kindly to you kind?
Not so much. They don't really see us like they do a cleric.
Gotcha. Keep that in mind.
Okay. You do see, let's get a perception check.
Well, that is very good.
Johnny, you as
14.
well?
17.
14, 17?
14 for perception.
Yeah. Okay.
One notch higher than my passive.
Me too.
Muddy streets that have been kind of packed in over through the travel that's just constantly moving here. It's kind of cakey. It's not watery like what you've been traveling in, but probably receive the same amount of rain. And it's just really cakey. It sticks to the cart's tires, you know, so probably going to have to get rid of that somewhere before the end of the day.
Selling a car off somewhere.
Uh,
Just in a way. If we're gonna need something to carry.
Because we don't
stuff, can-
have anything that
No.
we'd be better served getting some mounts for everybody than.
Well, I'll look. The first place I'll look for is somewhere that I can sell the car off.
okay.
You know, blacksmith or
Which
general-
area would you
general-
like to do that? In the commons area
General.
or in the...
We probably go to the
I'm going
higher
to inner
end.
circle, baby. This has
Okay.
been flying
This is a-
Vincenzo's, baby.
This is a hot rod right here.
Oh, you see the flame job, baby?
Hey, as you
It's
know,
got rubber
the
tires.
best places to go, the best
I haven't
places to
seen any
go
rubber tires.
in the higher portion of this, the Noble Street is what we call, that's what I just made up, the Noble Street. So,
Spinners.
yeah, it is Hanson's. It's Hanson's. Probably, if you want to go to a more general store, it's probably Hanson's General.
Okay.
There's also a tannery, a bakery, alchemy shop, Hanson's E. Hanson Enchanting, Hanson Inn and Tavern, Hanson Smithery. So whichever one you want to go to, if you're looking for the general store, it's Hanson General.
What's the reputation of the Hanson family? Are they known to be good to the comic folk? Are they more along the crooked side?
For everything that you know, they are pretty straightforward. They do provide protection for themselves and anyone on the street. So they all chip in a little bit to the porters, which run the wharf.
A little bit of security.
Quarters.
So the porters are hired by anybody in the noble.
Porters being family porter.
Porters are like
Porters like a
Group. It's
like
like
a
a
group.
group.
they're like an underground mob gang.
Gotcha.
Criminal element. How about
Yeah,
that?
they are all paid protection money
They do what they got to do.
to do what they got to do. So the porters take care of the noble street as well as guards, and so these Hanson's shops are all well guarded and well taken care of.
Is it something I would know dealing with a little bit of the underground element in Taros
Probably,
as
yeah.
well?
Probably
Okay.
you probably know of them, and you
Yeah.
can probably pick them out of a crowd if you're really looking, but not much more than that.
Yeah.
Maybe their name, what group they belong to.
So you got an underground element then?
Well, what I was doing was underground railroading children out of Terados to save them from slavery. From
And you were working with who? Who's you working with on that?
just my order, my cleric order.
Okay.
So are these porters friendly to your order, or are they more on
Exactly.
I don't know.
the kidnapping
I
side?
have no idea. That's kind of why I'm asking.
Okay.
If I would know what their role would they be involved in
Do I know that?
kidnapping of these kids, the releasing these kids,
The
are they kind of
porters?
neutral, paid to do what they're going to do kind of deal?
Probably don't know.
Okay.
Would I know that the porters had anything to do with that?
Make an investigation check or intelligence check
Intelligence?
with your criminal elements proficiency bonus added in.
No, that's just that, right? That's
Add
one.
your proficiency.
Proficiency should be +3.
Okay, plus 2 proficiency, right? And then plus
Yeah,
one for
proficiency
intelligence.
still +2 to like level 5.
I rolled a 13, so is it plus 2 plus the other one for my intelligence?
Yeah, so you'd be
Plus
16.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, 16 then.
So
Yay, math.
Oh, that's what I-
These guys do work in this area, but most of the kids that are being snatched are from the commons area. And when you left, you weren't sure who was doing it. You can probably go find out from somebody, but the porters weren't directly involved in smuggling children out of the city area.
Okay.
They would more use them like you're using, like your group uses them as more recruits
Hiring
that picked
hands.
off the, yeah,
Gotcha.
that have nowhere else to go because they're orphans or whatever. They get snatched up by these groups that aid in thievery or ill-gotten.
When you say snatched up, this, I'm assuming it's not against the will, these are just orphan kids getting nowhere else to go.
Yeah, hey,
They
you
get
want a meal? You
Yeah.
come with me.
Okay, so they're not kidnapping you.
Right.
And then they're forced to do things to be fed, to live. They're basically enslaved at that point.
I didn't think this out. In my mind, it was they were being enslaved, so I didn't know that are they, it's not against their
It
will.
depends on their skill. You were probably one of the best when you grew up in Terrados, so the beatings didn't come to you when you didn't put,
Okay,
Put
so
results.
if you don't do results, then they do,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Even the group I'm associated with?
even the group that you're associated with,
Okay.
even less, less more because of your relationship and the people that have grown up there have been through this before.
All of us.
But it's changed over the years since you were a kid. It's better now. Like,
Okay.
it's not.
Okay. But, and do I know if the porters have they evolved as well to where they're not as,
Probably not as much.
so they're put by
Probably,
happier?
yeah.
Okay. So is there, between the porters and the dragons, is this like the West Side Story, like we see each other and then we start snapping our fingers and we start stabbing each other?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it like Crips Blood type thing?
Yes,
Where
yes.
it's a stab on
Yes,
side?
it is a turf war. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're part of the Dragons.
I came up, well, yeah, right?
Are you telling him this? Are you asking him this?
You wouldn't know
It's
that.
just general knowledge, I guess, that we're
They don't know.
okay, so then I won't say nothing
I'm not
about it.
ashamed, like, I don't know. I'm country bumpkin.
Yeah.
All right.
Depends on if you guys are.
I was thinking the two of us have had this conversation all along this journey.
I realized that he had an underground element. But yeah, knowing that you were finding out, knowing what I know now about him,
Mhm.
I would have probably had some kind of conversation with him in regards to, who his contacts were, what you knew, who you knew, how you got involved. The reason why I'm involved is I'm looking for kids that's been smuggled out and just taken away. I don't know where they're going. I just don't know if there's kids missing.
You don't know where they're going.
And I don't know who's doing it. I don't know where they're going. But they're just being snatched out of the city. And I'm trying to figure out who's doing it and why. But I don't really know much about it. I grew up as a kid as an orphan, and the Dragons took me in, and I was able to steal and do their bidding, and was good enough at it that I came up along in their ranks. To be sneaky and stealthy and assassinating. That's a new word, by the way.
Assassinate.
Yeah,
I like it. Straightforward, really.
That's a Terrados word.
Yeah, I like that.
Terrados.
Yeah.
That's the new language. You do a Terrados.
Yeah. So I can, if we're trying to find out, what's our goal here? Are we here to find out where these kids are going? Is that why we're here? 'Cause it seemed like we had two different things that we wanted to do. What's our goal, I guess? What are we trying to do first?
I imagine what we want to know is what Architect's connection is to what was going on in Pollock. That's, like, we don't really probably know, I don't anyways, know much about the smuggling thing. And given kind of what I know about you at this point, you probably don't either, since you've never set sights in the city.
But we don't know that these that aren't more in the world of architect really has anything to do with it either.
Oh, the executive or Art Roman?
There's no art one that's connected to the architect or somebody, but how it's connected to the kids missing, we don't know. So
They could be two separate problems that the architect is just connected to both.
So that's the thing. If we get to town, he and I got something that we want to investigate, and you guys got something different. We've got two different things. We got two different storylines that we're doing.
Possibly. They could
Well,
all
contacts
coincide.
are your guys.
Different storylines. Oh, the wild we win.
But I think we need their contacts.
There we go.
There it is.
Anything.
What's that?
We need their contacts though to.
And I would have some contacts, but Probably nothing to relate to underground per
No,
se.
probably just
More
more coin exchange cans.
that and just whispers. I like to hear what's going on. And
Well, knowing that we're coming to the city and my history, I want to get a feel for how you guys feel for, the shady side of the world. Like how dirty are you guys comfortable with getting? I mean,
you watch a guy cut himself in fights. I'm just saying.
So, your morality meter. Where's your guys' morality meter as far as like? If we're,
And the guy who wanted to
Make
stop
an
you guys
insight
from.
check for whichever person you'd like to judge.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Got to insight your alignment. We're good inciting alignment.
because you're a priest.
That's not it.
Like all priests are good.
I'll do an insight check on that.
Once it gets for no purposes, who knows?
16. So if you feel I wouldn't give him everything, but
I'm chaotic good.
so however he feels,
So-
however he feels is
So you can make up rules to be if you feel like it's right or wrong.
If Elmo needs to cut a fool to help a kid, he's cutting a fool.
Okay.
He doesn't. He has to deal with it later in his own conscience, but he'll do what it takes, especially when it comes to the kids.
Okay.
He'll break the law. He will smuggle. He will steal. He will kill.
we get this kind of information from him while you're traveling.
Yeah.
So.
He's kind of like a CIA guy that's going to do what he needs to do undercover. He might hate it, it might give him nightmares later when he goes home, but
All he's doing is just not
or have to drink it away, but he's going to do what it takes.
So drink away. Okay.
Yeah, why not? Right? That's how it works.
That wine.
But a fifth of 5 is married, so we're okay, right?
So I guess we want to head down to the quarters, Hanson Street,
Were you just going to
and you pull up to Hanson's General Store.
We just doing one.
Oh, okay.
You guys pull up to Hanson's General Store and walk inside, and there's a rather large dwarf in there, like tall, not so wide as other dwarves that you've seen.
If I know that we're going to Hanson Street, right, I know that this is the turf of the quarters, I
Uh-huh.
want to know if I can see the guy that the hired help, right? I'm sure. Are you
Sure. Yeah.
The guards. The town's guard. Are they also? They're also.
They're not. They're just town guard.
Okay, so when you said guard, you meant porters as hired help. That's
Yes,
your-
there's two different
okay.
groups guarding the city streets, and depending on who pays the bid.
Okay, so the two groups would be either the porters which is underground or the city guard, the town guard. Okay, which is under the king rule.
Right.
Okay. Well, I want to look to see what porters I can find or know that are
Okay.
anywhere near there.
Sure. Assist.
Go ahead. This would be more for him.
Okay.
He would know them by face, probably.
It's perception.
You'd probably have advantage on it.
Perception?
Yeah.
12.
Okay. You don't see any around at the moment. One kid that runs out from an alleyway and crosses the street. He's fairly dirty. He may be just a set of eyes, or he may be a pickpocket.
And when you say fairly dirty, is dirty supposed to be triggered for like people in commons? Because I'm assuming that the port people are just as dirty as common people, right?
There might be a little bit actually. Yeah, these are cobblestone streets here, but the common area is just dirt path.
No, I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
if a kid's working for the porters,
Yeah.
he's not going to be any cleaner than the kid.
Probably not.
Okay, so if I see a dirty kid, that could be
Yeah.
either or.
It could be for dogs, it could be for
That's what I'm getting at.
commons.
Out of place.
But that's about it that you see at this moment. You guys move into Hanson's General and walk inside, and there's a dwarf in there. Yeah, a male dwarf.
How you doing?
I said, I don't know inside.
Fine, what do you want?
Well, I got this custom-made cot out here that I like to sell. If you can't take a look at it and see what you think it might be worth.
I can take a look, but I'm not buying it.
Not buying it?
Not buying it. I do not have a store to sell things. I don't buy things. I sell things. Now, if you want to trade for goods, I can trade you for some goods.
Okay. Well, you can take a look at it, give me an appraisal, tell me how much you think it's worth, and then we can go from there.
Walks outside. He kind of goes out there and kicks the wheels a little bit, checks the tire pressure, and he kind of runs his finger over like some of the mud that's got on the side of it and moves it off of the brass inlay that's now part of the wagon's Vincenzo branding. And he comes back in and goes, I'll give you 15 gold for it.
15 gold?
That's standard for carts. I got carts in 3 days.
That ain't no standard cart, though.
I gotta make a profit too.
To trade, you're not getting straight gold.
No, but still, it's
Get more than that in trade.
yeah. So I think it's worth more than that a little bit, at least 20. It's got the custom paint. It's got rubber tires. Nobody got rubber tires.
Is that paint on it?
Yes. It's
So
beautiful.
It's not actual brass inlay that I saw. It's just paint.
Well, the brass inlay is brass, but the red is paint, and you got the brass inlay. Vincenzo's on the side. That's my trademark.
Oh, you're Vincenzo.
Yes.
Great. So making a product you think is better than it's not. All right. Good. 18 gold. In goods.
All right, we'll take it. I'll just make another one if we need it.
Okay.
So,
Bada bing, bada boom.
he goes outside.
Mhm.
Are there other people inside? Other hands or help? Or
There's a small dwarf woman that's sitting behind the counter crocheting.
okay, when I see him go out, I go in. I want to go
Okay.
in and just kind of see if there's anything there that would catch my eye.
Okay, this store is mainly general goods, so torches, flour, grains,
Okay.
shovels, pickaxe,
So
things
no-
like
nothing-
candles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Forget
it's-
it. Okay.
It's a general store
All
for
right.
the common, yeah. So inks and paper and
We have like vials
Candy and-
anything like.
Well, I
vials
still
and
want to go
like
in and just scope it out. I just want to get the lay of the land, who's standing where, shelves where they're at,
Sure,
and
yeah.
other stuff like that.
okay.
That's it.
Vials and things. He does not have any vials.
No vials or anything like
No.
that. We could replace.
If
vials.
you ask about it to the dwarf woman, she goes, "Yeah, Toby doesn't carry any of that. If you want to know, you probably have to go see Killick. He's in charge of the alchemy and herb shop, Hanson's Alchemy and Herb. Just right across the street over there."
Is there anyone in town that would pay cash for my cot
Probably in the Commons.
in the Commons? Okay. Because I don't know, is there anything in here that we need? I mean, we've pretty much got our travel. I could probably use, maybe some, I don't know if anybody needs some paper and ink or anything like that, just in case, or anything down or anything like that, but I don't know, we need 18 gold worth of
That kind
paper,
of stuff. No.
paper and ink and shovels and,
1 gold would probably
yeah.
fill the cart. So
You might as well try to get cash for it.
18 gold, you got a deal?
And I don't know that we need 18 gold with what you got in here, so, what do you go for some paper and ink?
He shows you some. It's regular paper, it's regular ink. So I mean, 5 silver for the paper, 2 silver for the ink.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and take that.
It's higher end
I'm gonna,
paper, but not enchanted or
I'm gonna check out the
Not for use from Arcane.
some of the options right now in the cot, but I appreciate the offer.
No problem. Stop by anytime. Tell me Hanson. Okay. Any other stores you want to stop by in the Hanson's shops?
Yeah, definitely interested in stopping at the chemical store.
Okay, yeah. So you go into the alchemical store as you leave, and you walk inside it, and there is a black dragonborn, very skinny and tall, kind of gangly, and there's a couple patches of like scales that are falling off. But he's in a nicer robe. It's just some of the scales are falling off his neck area, and he kind of stands up, and he stands about almost 8 foot tall, but just very skinny for a dragonborn.
Does he almost look sickly?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe he's done his own potions.
Maybe.
You're taking a few too many wild rides.
A little moonshine, are we?
His kind of fingernails clack as he sets them down on the wood. Welcome. Can I help you?
I'm just looking to restock a little bit on some basic supplies.
Sure, I've got everything you can need.
Excellent. Things from an alchemy standpoint to
Mhm.
make. So on the difference, because he's got herbalism, I've
Right.
got alchemy. They're very crisscrossable,
Right.
it seems, as
Yes,
to what
and
they
then
can make.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the troll's blood and stuff that we got, would that be more of an alchemy, or would that be more of an herbalism, or could it go with both?
More alchemy.
I think it's more alchemy.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
Herbalism's
I would-
more herbs and roots and powders.
right. So
natural.
I would want to look for any of the stuff, any components that I might need to turn those into lesser or greater healing potions.
Okay, did you ask him about that, or are you?
I would imagine I probably know, right? So I just,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I would go seek out those chemical components.
Okay. So he shows you, and there's a plethora of powders and ground up, separated chemicals distilled in liquids or powders or chunks in solid form. And you can purchase those things.
Yeah. So I want to get enough to turn those 7 vials that we have into, if I can, I'd like to bump them up to level 2 potions, or
Okay.
whatever those.
So to get the components for that, it would probably be around 250 gold per potion to be able to bump it up to the second level.
What would it be per potion for a regular?
For a regular, probably about 50.
Well, that would be 50 is like buying it off the shelf, isn't it?
Not for these kind of regeneration. The potions you're talking about making is a regeneration potion. For me,
Oh, like
it's not in the book.
round by round,
Yes.
you gain more. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's going to be a heal over time.
Okay.
It's almost like an aid spell instead.
Yes, it would be a
Gotcha.
1d4 for 10 rounds. Yeah.
I wonder. Okay. Yeah, so I would let's do 1. The stuff I need for 1.
For one regular or one big.
It would be,
Medium.
so would it be like a 1d8 per round or something like that, or 1d6 or something?
Yeah, it'd be a 1d.
1d8, okay. So yeah, this would be 250 for that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, is there anything else we need to buy in town? Like, I feel like,
We've got some vials of the hag potion. I want to see if I could sell. And we've got a +1 wand
Depending on the layout of the shop,
that
it's not
we
gonna
I
be before.
want to sell.
well,
Also.
awesome. I feel like on the hag potion, I'd
So
almost
I
rather
don't need
tinker
to
with
sign
that.
out again, I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
If you want to tinker with it,
I
that's
do
fine.
need to.
Yeah.
No, you
The
don't.
+1 wand isn't something that nobody's going to
Yeah,
use.
nobody,
though,
he's the only
so.
one who'd have any possible use
No,
for it.
it's
But
arcane, so.
Oh, yeah,
Easy
so no.
stuff, yeah. Unless, well, you want me to go, you need a new arcane trickler, so.
It speaks.
Oh, I was gonna say, we also have some White crossbows and a couple scimitars as well.
Or the basic stuff that we probably want to sell in the common area.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking out the armor, see if maybe I can get like a studded leather armor instead of armor, or let's say plain leather, but that's.
Well, that's something I can, if we sit down anywhere, I can make.
Okay.
Are we purchasing anything today?
And this guy's just herbs and
Right.
stuff like that, right? Yeah.
So he's going to be more herbs and chemicals?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
both?
all that's in here. It's
Okay.
dried- Shop of live plants, dried plants, jars full of chemical concoctions, and he has sets of herbalism and alchemy kits set out. Like, they're pretty similar for the kits. You just have to get the stuff to go with them.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'd pick up 2 more just regular vials,
okay.
and I'd get what I need for. I'd ask him to throw the vials in for free. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll take these here, and try some new things.
Try some new things. Perhaps I can help.
Do you have a service charge?
Well, if you're buying product, I can certainly recommend better things. It may be more expensive, but
Okay. So I pull out a.
I'd be interested in buying an herbalism kit for myself, the extra vials that we would have on hand, and an extra herbalism kit in our hood. So that might help. with
those
that.
run 25 gold pieces.
Okay.
I grab a vial from you, and I show it to him, and
What are we from?
the troll's
The
blood.
troll's what?
Yeah. So we found ourselves a troll under a bridge.
Yeah, so he takes the little
Not far
vial, and
away.
it's pretty small on his dragon one hand, and grips it, and very carefully with some claws pulls the cap off. This is very fresh.
Yes, just a couple days. I'd like to turn it into something that would be applicable to us buying deals.
Do you have any more of these?
We do.
If you have extra, I could probably purchase some from you.
What would it be worth to you?
200 gold pieces, let's say, or 300 if you'd like to trade.
Trade one of them at least.
Yeah.
I just went 3 miles. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's fine.
We might as well get some extra vials while we're at it too.
Right. Okay. How about I need these components, unless you can recommend something better. But I'd like to make this applicable to us. I'd like to, as you probably are well aware, the trolls are able to regenerate.
Yes, a regeneration potion.
Yes.
Heal for a period of time. It won't last very long, mind you. But
That's fine.
I think we can look that up. So he shows you around the shop and points out different items. And he runs up all up to probably about $2,000 worth of components that he pulls out from the back stock, that are his private stock that he says that he can create potions with. But the components would cost around $2,000 or 2,000 gold.
But that would be for like
That
a
would
really
be,
good one.
Yes, that would be for like top tier, maybe a D12 around.
Okay.
Um,
D20 every round. Let's do this. Rolls of 2.
So he shows you, and he shows you the range, and so you have that range of stuff.
Well, I definitely take notes of all the higher end stuff, and then I'll take what I need to make a healthy potion, but this time we don't have the funds for something quite as grand as you're suggesting.
Sure. So would you like to trade?
Sure. So I pull out another one of the vials, set that one on the table.
So you've
All
got
right.
two
Well,
vials.
I give him the one.
Yes.
Um,
So he takes it.
and so I set the components, 250 gold worth of components on the table.
The herbalism kit.
The herbalism kit.
Some vials.
Okay.
Yeah, the vials are going to be dirt cheap though, so that's not that big of a deal. I'm still trying to figure out how to make up for the extra 50 gold.
You said there's natural stuff here too?
Yeah.
Is there anything that's kind of rare or hard to find?
Make a perception check. Or investigation.
No,
Actually,
Can I aid
probably
him with that?
Nature.
that probably still doesn't matter.
Can I aid him while we're going around?
Probably not. You're more
No.
chemical than
Alright.
natural, yeah.
Well, it's fine.
So 5. Nothing sticks out to you right now. You're pretty engulfed with it. This is
In nature plus 3.
yeah. So yeah, you're pretty engulfed with what he's showing us in the back.
Intelligence is.
Oh yeah, I don't get that.
So-
Calculator checks, but,
So I mean, he can probably split you the 25 gold back too.
Yeah, so I'll put we'll say 5 vials on the table with the herbalism kit and 250 gold worth of the components I need to make at least one of the
Okay, so the
potions.
kit,
Some
some vials.
straight healing potions, though. Did you just get a healing potion for the last 50?
Yeah. Does he have any straight potions?
He does. His potions are for 50 gold for the bottom tier.
Right.
Well, that was the difference, right?
Well, you want to get herb kit. So
Oh,
$250 worth of
I can
stuff
have
for
it
the
with him.
medium. The herb
We're
kit.
making a pretty large trade here.
Where you got, what, 2 herbalism kits?
Yeah, I got one.
And you got one?
No, I have alchemy.
Alchemy, okay.
And you can borrow mine. Both fine.
Okay, so we don't need herbalism kit then.
Yeah.
Just get extra vials then.
Yeah, do the 5 extra vials and we'll put a regular healing potion on the table then.
Okay.
Green,
So that's that's great. And he takes the vial and puts it back, and then he gives you the other side.
So,
I'll get it later, too. So,
Yeah.
Very carefully weighing the components
Okay.
on their scale.
yeah, forget about it.
Okay.
And
Can I make an insight check as well just to make sure I'm not being swindled?
Sure.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought it was a 2.
No. 10.
10.
Yeah.
You look at him, and when you came in, he was pretty. I want to make a sale, and it was he wants the blood. It's a rare component for him, and it seems that he wants it.
Okay. I'm gonna throw in. I would also like to add an extra potion. See if.
So,
Make
two
it
healing
350,
potions,
yeah.
and then so go ahead and make a persuasion check.
All right. Hey. All right. 18.
So he reluctantly gives you the potion.
Right.
Kid?
Yeah.
What was your name, sir? Kellic. Nice to meet you. I'm Cinnamon.
Calicans.
Appreciate the deal. We'll definitely
Yeah,
refer business
he
to you.
sticks his fingers into your hand as he does that.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah. Thanks. He kind of takes a little vial, and he like scrapes off the little tiny droplet. He's got probably maybe 2 drops of blood from another.
Normally I at least charge dinner before something like that.
You sure you like having the blood?
Flakes come off.
A couple black scales that are like aged and faded in their color.
All right. So.
This is a herbalism shop.
Yeah. Kellic, you said?
Yep.
So obviously, these hands aren't lit by blood.
As you say, actually we are. Our father traveled the world. What's his name, Raymond? He goes by many names.
Good time, right? The toothless wanderer.
He goes by many names. Toothless? But he loves women of all different sorts.
Sounds like
That's our father, by the way.
Kellic. Or not Kellic, Kellic's dad.
He's there 5. What did you know?
Unconfirmed, now confirmed.
So, any other
How
shops?
about that, ancestry account?
Any other handsome shops that you want to go to, or are we off
Maybe
to?
23andMe.
I want to sell my cart in the commons area. Couple rusty short swords. We've got, what, a couple scimitars.
Well, yeah, so the got a wand.
But the wand, the +1 wand, I was going to find somewhere in the inner on Hanson Street to sell the +1 wand.
Okay. So there is an enchanting store. It's E. Hansen Enchanting.
My mom went to it.
I can also see if I can just try to.
Okay, so when we get that.
Oh, that's a good question. Sure. Okay.
Sure.
See, if maybe they can transfer the +1 enhancement to something else.
From the wand to
Some wands, so that's what it would cost. That's what we're asking.
Okay. So who's all going to the enchanting shop? Everybody
I got
going
wands,
to
I'm gonna go.
I'll stick together.
Just, yeah, just kind of watching to see if I can see any of those orders.
So you guys go into the, you're hanging around on the street or you're going in the shop?
I hang out on the streets.
Okay, so you go in the store and he's
I'll
just
stay
hanging
out
out
for
for
this
So
one
you
too.
go give me a perception check. Huh?
I just got for this too.
Okay. So you get advantage because he's helping you. Tell him what to look at.
10.
10. Okay. This is pretty clear. No little thievery going on today.
Crazy.
You're trying to think of how maybe you can sell the land, your portion. You can get a little something out of it, maybe. You don't know. It's on my mind. You walk into the store, and as you walk in, there's this field about 5 feet in from the front door. And so you step in, and then this steel gate comes down behind you, trapping you in, and then the field goes off.
From the outside?
Sure, yeah. So you see this gate on the outside.
Because I'd be very curious about that.
But as the field drops as that gate comes down. So now you are permitted past the field.
Okay. Very interesting doorway you got there.
And as you're looking back at it, a lightning streak streaks down the side of the gate, the steel gate that's behind you. And as you look in the inside, all the windows are all covered with the same gate, and they're all connected. They go all the way around the room for the front of the room, and then the next half of the room is filled with glass cases. There are shining weapons. There's glowing arcane energy lights. There's glass cabinets filled with rings and bottles and all kinds of manner of arcane energy.
Okay. So I'll approach wherever the
And as you see like a
sales kiosk,
little head that's like walking back and forth in front of them, like behind this counter. Pretty soon it like steps up on some stairs and you see this female halfling. I'm Elador. Welcome to E. Hansen Enchanting. How may I help you?
You know, halfling?
Mm-hmm.
Alador?
Eldor.
Eldor?
Elador.
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 Like Ella closed the door on you.
Here?
Yep.
Far. How you doing today?
Wonderful. I'm just busy at work.
Oh, great.
Are you buying or selling?
Well, I'd like to. I've got a wand here that I can sell. But also was curious as if the enchantment that's on it might be possibly transferred to a non-magical item. If that's something you can do, and what that would
It's most
entail.
certainly
those
something you can
things.
do. That's easy to do. It's not a problem. Let me see the wand.
Here you go. Here's the
And she
wand.
takes the wand, looks it over. She goes, "This is a very low quality item. I sell a plethora of higher quality items if you're interested in that sort of thing."
At the moment, I'm not. It's just kind of an item that a friend of mine, I got it for them. It's not really what they wanted, so just kind of looking to maybe trade it in or sell it outright. At the moment,
I don't make or
but
sell
don't necessarily.
items of this quality here.
Oh,
That's
too
something
low
you probably have to go to the commons area.
for a +1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the lower end of what you handle here? I mean, obviously you've got this is a really wonderful shop. It's very beautiful, and you've got a lot of really nice things here. And the the defenses are quite impressive. Kind of spooky, but quite impressive. So,
Oh,
Just so
yes, I'm
for
sorry. Most
future-
people are warned before they come to my store.
yeah, well, sort of new in town, kind of passing through. So it caught me off guard a little bit, but just for future reference, wanted to see what you deal in so that I don't waste your time.
Sure. And she pulls out this wand, and it's blackened on one end and very red towards the very tip of it. And she goes, "This is what we call a wand of fireballs. It's the lowest quality item that I sell, and it starts around 5,000 gold pieces."
All right. Well, that tells me that I'm trying to sell a Ford Fiesta and a Jaguar dealership. So.
You put a little magnet and flash on it.
You might want to stop by Tori's in the Commons area. He will probably love this piece from you.
Tories.
Yeah. A little eccentric, but he does deal in those quality items.
And is he an enchanter of sorts, or he just has a shop with some lower quality magical items?
I've never been there myself. I've just been told that's where to go.
Okay.
So I think he's an enchanter. I'm not quite sure.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Sorry for bothering you. But if ever we're in the need of much nicer quality items, or we come across some that we need to trade or sell, then I will definitely come back and look you up. For sure.
Great. And then until then, I need to get back to work. So
Okay. Thank you.
have a good day. And,
Gonna attempt to go out the door
okay, so as
and
you
not get
pass,
shocked.
as all of you get past that where that field was, the field comes back up.
Mhm.
The gate slowly raises, and you make your way out of the store. Didn't warn them at all for that. So.
Yeah, but now they know.
Yeah. One of the reasons you don't like to go in there.
All right. So go to Tories, get rid of this wand.
Okay, so as you guys walk into Tori's, there's a guy with like white, stringy hair, kind of falls over, down to his
This is the
arms.
commons area now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he welcome to my store, and they're bare shelves. They're empty. And he kind of looks each one of you over and points at you and looks you each in the eye and goes, "You're all here together, aren't you? Aren't you?"
Yeah.
Well, we walked in together. That would, I guess, put us together. Very observant, yes.
And what do you call yourselves?
We don't.
Oh, that's fine. We'll get to group names later. You see, I give special group rates. I take special orders. I don't have anything on hand because obviously it takes money to make enchanted items and magical items, but I take orders. And you put some down, you bring back the rest later, and I can provide those items for you.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've got this magic wand here.
I don't know if he's on top of that. Provide practices
Yep,
with him.
yep.
Okay.
You can, yeah, he's eccentric. He's a little weird, but yeah, he's
He's not swinging with it.
no.
I got this wand here.
He's a businessman.
Well, he's
Um,
Warner. We control that. Right?
Why don't you tell me what it's worth to you?
Sure.
I see it's shop, so it hopefully be something you can easily sell, and also what it would cost to, or if you have the ability to take the enchantment that's on it and possibly move it to an unenchanted item.
Sure. What is it?
It's this wand
Okay,
here.
so take a look at it. He says, I can certainly move this over to another item, but it's going to do the same thing. So it's going to help some arcane spellcaster that's cast better.
Okay.
So
Would that work for mine? Since mine are technically arcane based, I'm not an arcane caster per se, but my abilities are arcane in nature.
it would work.
Okay, so if we transfer it over to my rapier, for example, which is the focus, it would do that.
Mhm.
Interesting.
So you're into music. So.
It sounds like it.
So,
I can take one of the extra scimitars that we have, bada bing, bada boom. I can turn it into a weight again, give it to him, and then you don't have to give him what we have. If we want to see how much it'll cost to.
I'll move to enchant mine. It's just a regular that.
Yeah. But if you only have one,
Well, that's fine. I can use scimitar.
whatever. Well, the scimitar does less damage. It's 1d6 and
that's true.
rapier's 1d8, so.
What would you take for the wand?
for the wand, what would I give you for it?
Yeah.
Probably 75 gold pieces.
And the cost to transfer?
Probably 30.
How long would it take?
It would probably take me about a day.
So we transfer.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, sounds good. It's transfer.
Well, the Arabian.
Okay. No problem. I can have that done for you by tomorrow. This time tomorrow. Are we looking to set up an account with me?
What benefits are there to an account?
Like I said, an account, you would put a certain small period, minuscule period, a point of money down just to get a relationship working. And I could start making you magical items when you get done adventuring, because if you're running as a group and you get done with whatever jobs you're going to do, I'm sure that we will make money together. So the better quality items I provide you to help you with your stuff brings more money into my shop.
Do dragons get a discount?
Dragons? No.
Dragon members don't get a discount?
Oh.
I'm asking the DM, sorry, I'm asking the DM. Is that how the practice works?
Probably not.
It's just protection. They
Probably
pay
directly, they might get one behind the desk from the leader.
Make one about this one.
Like the leader of the dragons might get
Might be able to
requisition
commission
stuff.
something.
Yeah,
Right,
Under-
so the relationship is they pay a cut of their income to the dragons for protection. Like monkeys.
you don't. The dragons don't do that.
I thought you said they did in the commons.
No, that's the higher place.
That's the porters that
That's
get
the
that
porters.
down in,
Okay,
Yeah.
in
the
higher
porters
ranks.
were in the high end. I'm not like you said the dragons were,
Dragons don't do that. No,
but they're in the commons
they're
area.
in the.
They just don't
Okay.
fulfill that role in the commons.
Dragons apparently don't do that role at all.
Right.
Just the porters. Yeah, okay. I'm still learning my whole
Yeah.
background.
Yeah. So the dragons are.
Can't be bought.
The dragons are
Can't be bought.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always a prize.
Because I tell you what, I can pull out something from behind the desk that might interest each and every one of you.
Let's see what you got.
Well, let's see. And he pulls out this long, thin silver bar, and he clicks it, and it stays there in the midair. And he goes, "You like plants? I can see it in your clothing, your face, the snow emanating from you. And he goes, you might be interested in this." And he hangs a little bag of a little leather bag from the bar. This is dust of dryness. You simply sprinkle this over a large body of water, and it turns it into a little pellet. And you can smash that pellet to release the water. There are 10 uses, enough dust for 10 uses of this. And each one of those, I already did the calculation. That's going to be 3,375 cubic feet for the... He takes out a pair of dark green leather boots and hangs those over the lash. And he goes, "These are boots of elven kind, and I can already tell, Mr. Dragon."
Ask the DM that. Whatever, that's fine.
Except, you know, the red hood and the red.
That these will make you a lot quieter. And remember, I would sell you these at a price that would keep you out of my shop from doing any ill-gotten deeds or your friends. You, sir, have a problem seeing at night. This would be your benefit. It hangs in a little fishnet bag. It hangs a little clear ball. Because yes, simply speak the command word, this ball will come aglow. Speak another command word, and it floats behind you, or beside you, or wherever you wish. Stays within 30 feet of you, even if you walk away from it. It's called a drip code.
You just said the boots were the green boots.
Hey,
Boots is open, kind of.
Do I know it next? What's I know it yet?
She's not even here. Why is she here?
Very skeptical.
Yeah, how much have you been in cities?
Very few times.
Says, you, my lady, you look like a strong woman, but I bet you still like the jewelry. I have this. And he pulls out this gold necklace with a red jewel on it. Because this is a preemptive wound closure. While wearing this pendant, you will stabilize whenever you come to 0 hit points. So it basically you stabilize whenever you roll. If you roll hit dice to recover, you actually double the number on the hit dice
While wearing it,
while wearing it.
how much does that cost?
Oh, we'll give you price later. We'll give you
Where's
price
the
later.
on?
Hold on, just a moment, just a moment. I see that you're a working man, and some things just are outside of your reach. Not at all times, but sometimes you need things right now. That's why I would show you this. And he takes out this cloak, and it's got a bunch of little patches on it. Simply yank off one of these patches, and whatever the patches comes to real is real. This is a robe of useful items. Each one of these would cost you normally around 500 gold pieces, probably more if you bought it in town, but not here. Here, you bring me, you lay down a simple little bit, and I can make items like this for you all. These right now would cost around 400 gold pieces, or 100 gold pieces to get started with our working, but maybe more of a discount later on.
So 400 for all the items?
Each.
Gotcha. There were 5 items. We didn't quite have 2 grand
I
yet.
don't think we have the money.
I need another 0 behind
I'm just saying that just to get you started, this is what you're looking for. I can make these sorts of things. I can make things more powerful, just depending on how much money you lay down and our working relationship and whether I'm not. I trust you enough to come back with money. Okay. Because either way, I still have the item and I can sell it. But when I know that there's special orders, I'm going to sell it. So it doesn't have to sit on my shelf for that long.
Victoria, it's a very good offer. Right now, I think we're a little low on coin. To put down something like that.
That's fine. He takes a little rod, he clicks the button, he takes them all down at once.
I think right now we'll stick with the transferring the enchantment over for our friend Cinnamon here. And then, do you happen to know where some adventuring folk as like ourselves might find some work where we can earn some coin and then we can do a little more business?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of work on the board down in the commons area, and just go there, yes. Work for me is finding gold, and then I work for you.
Sure.
Can I maybe ask where, I know there are places to sell other items, like the weapons and such?
Sure. You have items to sell. Things of no worth or little worth.
Yeah, just some plain, weaponry.
May I take a look?
Certainly. I've got 2 rusty short swords.
Okay.
What do we have?
I think she was a crossbow.
We have 3 crossbows, light ones, and 2 scimitars.
2 scimitars. light crossbows.
Mm-hmm. 3 light crossbows, 2 scimitars.
And
Two rusty short swords.
No, I took one of the scimitars the next day and used my blessing of the forge and turned it into a rapier. Because their gold is the same. And they does more damage. And then I need to talk to you about training because I'm not proficient.
Gotcha.
But it's still gonna do more damage and stuff than my mace. Because it's a
Even without your...
because it's a sex weapon.
Well, I can clean up these short swords pretty easy. These scimitars look to be in good working order. Crossbows are fine. I say I probably could give you 1 item in trade or 200 gold.
One of the items you just showed us?
Sure.
So which item do you think we need? What was it? He had the boots of Elvenkind.
Your clothes, robe of useful items, dust of the dryness,
Probably better.
and the craft of wound closure.
Wound closure.
That seems pretty useful.
That and the Elvenkind is pretty good.
That just,
It's just gonna give him advantage on sneak, on stealth, isn't it?
Mhm.
yeah.
It's pretty nice.
The whole wound clothing
Subject
stuff for
for
our
that.
meat shield sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think. Alright.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I take the meat instead, then, you know, you give it to me and I can...
Yeah. This is something that needs to be attuned. So,
Yeah.
the robe of useful items.
Mhm.
What is it?
What item does it have on it?
I like to, you know, what items are on it, just for.
Sure, he pulls it back out and shows it to you. It has 2 of the following patches. A dagger, bullseye lantern filled and lit, steel mirror, 10-foot pole, 50 feet of hemp rope, and a sack. And it also can have, I would roll after this to see what was created in it because I don't know whether its quality is or not. So you'd have about 100 gold pieces. A silver coffer worth up to 500 gold pieces, an iron door, which opens in anything. You can fill a space, a doorway, with an iron door. 10 gems worth 100 gold pieces each. A wooden ladder, a riding horse with saddlebags, a pit, 4 potions of healing, a rowboat, a spell scroll containing 1
It's
spell,
only one of these last things.
a window, which you put on a wall and it puts a window in it, and then a portable ram. And
Johnny can jump through it.
So this has somebody.
Like the first things were on there, and then this is like a.
these are extras, yes.
Yeah.
Extras
It'll,
that-
it'll be like one of them or something, right?
And it says, according to
Patch.
this, it's 44 of those patches.
Oh, okay.
So you get 44 patches you can put on this robe,
Mm-hmm.
and all those are a patch that can, and you can, what is it,
Might
one
be.
use?
So you roll
One use, you take it
four.
off and it's gone.
You roll 4d4, and that's how many patches are on the.
Additional patches. From the
Additional.
list I just read you.
That entire list you just gave is on the robe now.
Well, I think
The first half of them.
Up to the
First half.
sack.
Yeah.
To the sack. Okay, I was gonna say,
And
holy
then
cow.
the other section is the patches that I would put on there additionally.
Depending on what was rolled.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So you could roll almost 1,000 worth of gold, right? There's a 500, so you could get free gold, so.
To buy more.
Or you
Yeah.
can get nothing. You can get
Yeah.
8
Or
more
I
rams.
roll the dice on that, man. I'm thinking, shoot, you could get more gold.
It's you.
How's the meat shield thing work, though?
That's pretty nice too.
How's that work?
Whenever she drops, the next turn she'll go back to stabilized, no hit points.
So she won't have to make any death
She won't have to
saves.
bleed
So
out.
it doesn't go to, it just goes to
It
zero.
goes to 0. She
Yeah.
still needs to be healed to get back up.
Well, her death saving throws, whatever she rolls, is doubled. So her death save, she starts to make a death saving roll, but it's doubled. So if she rolls a 5, which would normally be a fail, it would be a 10, it would be a pass.
So I thought it was
No,
the hit dice.
she automatically stabilizes.
Yeah, she
Automatically
stabilized,
stabilized.
but
Oh.
it's the hit dice.
Oh, I
that
thought
get
it was
those.
regeneration like
No, the
Hit
hit
dice.
dice when she takes a rest.
Yeah. Then
That's
she would
what's
have
doubled.
those.
Oh, sorry.
I thought it was regenerating her health in battle.
No,
Not in
outside
battle,
of that.
but
Yeah, it's like she'd still be healed, but she just wouldn't be
At the
immediately
rest.
impaired.
Gotcha. Okay, my bad.
Unless she got stabbed twice before she had a chance to use it.
Oh, I think either that or that the magic robe with many colors.
Yeah, I would definitely put mine as one of the lesser ones. I would do one of the
Yeah.
three.
Floating
Yeah,
globe
the
is
original
nice,
list
but
is pretty big, but I think the
no, if they'd been like the night vision goggles,
Yeah.
that would be a story.
Because I can make light for you.
Oh, that
Yeah.
rod would be pretty cool though too.
The rod has many random uses.
Yeah,
But what you really need is you need two of them.
yeah.
So what would you say? Is it a deal?
Yes.
To infinity.
Oh, I'm already thinking about it. Hurricane stuff now.
Yeah, I think we should
just
probably
think the pendant. We got a floating rod. I could pull a window out, throw it on a wall for you somewhere. You can climb the wall, get in the window.
No, man. Exactly. Easy peasy.
I think
And there's more money for it.
yeah, I don't. Being lower level where we're at now, I think the pendant might be
But it's
the
the most
best
used.
thing to do.
The health.
Oh,
Yeah.
The help thing, because I mean that's an easy save for us as lower levels, because you know I don't have like restoration or anything yet, so that could be. I mean that could be huge. That could be
yeah.
game changing. Whereas,
Especially since we're at an encounter where
yeah,
3 out of the 5 went down in a second.
yeah.
So
I mean the cloak is cool. I mean there's all kinds of
Very
stuff you
useful.
could do with it, but
It's probably useful items.
yeah, I think
What?
I think the pendant's probably the most useful, like immediate, like I don't know. I mean, it's not like day to
So it's
day
a pendant,
useful.
it's not a robe or
It's a necklace.
Yeah.
a necklace. So it can be anyone can wear it.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the tune to it.
Yeah.
You can just pass it around, like you know, hey, you're up. Hey,
The
you're up.
pendant thing?
Yeah, I think pendant person.
Yeah,
Who am I giving this to?
I do know.
So may I?
She always gets everything.
So he reaches around your neck and he puts on the pendant. And when he pulls in close, he kind of squints at your eyes.
I cut back.
I'm sorry. It seems like I've seen those eyes before.
Where have you seen these eyes before?
Have you traveled here much? Seems like
I
I
haven't.
met a man with a small girl years and years ago with green eyes like that.
What did this man look like?
I don't remember. The child was more shocking than the father.
What made you remember the child?
I have records. Maybe I could look back and see what he purchased.
She kind of stands out, doesn't she? Like,
She's in what Earth
Yeah, was
Genasi?
it just the eyes of the child, or did you notice something else that made you
Well, it's just
remember her?
her skin was smooth and colored like stone, much like yours, from what I can see. But the eyes, they caught me off guard. When I got closer, I could see them better.
Well, if you have records of it, I'd be interested to see what
It might
this man
take
purchased.
me a little bit to find. When you guys come back for your sword, maybe I can find more records on it.
I just kind of nodded to him.
Well, I'm sorry. Lost in thought. Do we want to put down a group name and start any orders today as well?
I thought she had a group name. Did she not come up with a different name? Seriously, I thought you came up with a group name, didn't you?
No, I was telling us that we need to come up with a new group. Yeah, the Travis has said, Gnarly Quinn, or whatever.
yeah.
The gnarly Quinn. Yeah, that's the only one I came up with. And then we were like, let's try again.
How about the TBDs?
To be determined.
Yes.
TBD. Any special orders? What we got? Special orders? Putting in for TBD? Besides this right here?
Corner of gold.
I think they'll go for now.
So he takes all your useless crap and takes them back behind the counter. And he just goes about his day and wishes you well, gathering his little box that he has and takes it to the back. He gets ready to prepare your wand. Anywhere else that you would like to go in town?
I'm probably not adventuring board now.
Ready to go adventuring?
Unless, I think that was the end
Oh.
of our
Okay.
sales, right?
I've got the 8-ball skull. What's he think about that? I almost forgot, Troy. I got this right here.
Sure.
How do you like that?
He takes it from you, and you see his eyes flash white as he looks at you. He goes, I've seen these before, and not quite. It's a little disturbing that it's put in the side of a skull. Usually they just put it into a rock. There's something different about it, though. The make of this. And he does it again. You see it flash again, and you see the signs that he's casting. Identify.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, if you look closely at this, you will see there's just a hint of necromantic magic with this. It's well hidden. I'm not sure I want that in my shop. I'll let you hold on to that.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Shaking, I show him the answer.
It says the outlook is not so good.
Worth a try.
We gotta know that.
Yeah, necromantic energy on there, huh?
Mhm.
Well, that's not good. I'm gonna put that back in my backpack.
That's the guy
That
that's
guy might be sure that pulled off.
What's that?
It's building up our walls and gates and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. What's his name?
The non-necromancer.
Yeah.
Alma.
Alma. Yeah, the guy. Start with an A.
Okay, it's a part of his shop. Gray clouds give way to beautiful shining sunlight. The seagulls take the air here late in the evening as you traverse the city streets. Anywhere else you would like to go?
Well, I
The
mean,
adventuring
we
board?
sell and we are broke, so.
So that's your cart.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Let's go sell the car.
Could give you 25 gold for it.
25? Okay, sold. Thank you, sir. Kids around town are gonna love this.
Well, I'm going to use it. The day is yours.
So let's see the board.
I said check the board unless anybody else has got something specific they want
Yeah, unless you guys have a contact or something you want to talk to or something.
I got people to talk to on underground that may have something that we could do, but I don't know if I should take everyone down there with me. Not knowing how it's gonna go. Maybe we do that on the side or something.
Sure. Whatever you want to do.
to. Let's go check the board out and see what's on it. See what's available.
Let's do that.
You good with that?
Yeah, as you're walking up to the board, you're checking it out. A couple of kids bump into you and say, "Oh, sorry," they run off. You know.
Perception check. I'm checking my gold. Checking my gold.
This isn't a common area?
This is
Checking.
a common area. This is
Not
out in the middle of
gold.
like many
Okay.
shops. This is just like a board. That's, yeah.
Alright, I take off, do we ever see this, or is it just something that happens to him?
Oh, no, you guys all see it. It's right there in front of
I'm
you.
not stupid. I'm not
I just, I don't
streetwise.
wanna,
Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm running after those kids.
Okay, sure.
I see him hold after him. I'm checking my gold and running too.
Okay. Yeah, you take a few steps. Everything's there.
Okay.
Yeah. But you catch up to the kids.
Okay.
I was just gonna grab out of the car. Yeah, say, hey, where we going? You didn't have to pickpocket my friend, did you?
No, we wouldn't do that, no.
Did I decline or not?
Roll an insight check.
16.
Yeah, they're not playing.
Alright, sorry.
I catch up and say, no, my gold's all I get. My gold's all I get.
Alright.
Well, geez, sorry, mister.
Sorry, kids. I flip them go point for the I'm sorry, here you go. Split it between the two, my problem, my bad.
Okay.
There's just 2 worried people all over the place.
Just made a couple friends.
The terrorists don't ever steal from Johnny's crew.
That's with TBD.
Jeez,
sir,
what's
what's
that? We'll let y'all later.
So as you return to the board, there's a couple farming positions. There's a couple unloading of the dock positions available. One seems to have expired. You also have, and you make actually you would need to just read it, but there's some scribbling like in the wood on the side, and it's an advertisement for the Dragons and open work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve Samuelson?
Yeah.
Now, does all the people, like the Hanson shop and all that stuff, where does their goods come from? Does it come on wagons, does it come on boats, does it come on both? What I know?
They make everything in-house. So even though they're not blood relatives, the smithy makes the weapons. And he has certain weapons that go to the enchanter. And the enchanter gets gems and components from the alchemy shop and the gem store. And they'll use them to enchant the stuff, and everybody gets a
So there's no
cut.
supply train.
So they probably
They
just
get
bring
all their
raw
stuff brought
materials
in
in.
from, raw materials brought in from wherever,
Okay.
and they make everything in-house, which is why they get along so well as
And they're
one
probably
area,
extremely profitable.
the most profit out of it because they work together, and that may be their only relationship. They really don't associate with each other other than that.
Alright, well, I tell them that I see there's a note for the work for the Dragons, which is underground work, which may or may not be your typical work. If you guys are opposed to it, then so be it, but probably more profitable than working in a warehouse for docks.
I'm good with it.
Okay. So it's like getting later in the evening. You gonna check on that?
What is it, everyone's okay with that type of work, maybe a little under
See what it is, I guess.
underground work?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, so.
Is this some time that would be better for you to go? If this is work that you're going to check into, it might not be work you need to check out of. So should we come? Should we?
Do I know what the feeling is of strangers coming in?
Not good.
Alright. I'd check it out and then let you guys know what's what. Maybe we can discuss from there. They don't really like outsiders.
Understand. I can always check with the priests at the Alhama too and see if there's anything going on that they might have. They probably might not have much work maybe, but you never know.
Okay. So is that what we're doing? We're splitting the party. You want to look for work, or
Sure.
At this point, I mean,
You're-
we all want to go roll dice to push
where you would
strings.
go would be the bar, the furry cloak and dagger.
Reds.
The
The
what?
furry cloak and dagger.
Furry clothing
That's
dagger?
the name.
Is this in the common area or
Yes,
is
this
this
is in the common area. The furry cloak and dagger would be the place where you would enter.
Does it have a sister bar in
No.
on the Blue Oyster?
The furry cloak and dagger. They didn't want to just call it the cloak and dagger. So,
Sounds better.
yeah.
I'm assuming I just leave these guys at the board and just go.
So they can either go there and hang out while you go below and see Mr. Pendragon, or they can, you guys can go.
I'll go with Johnny and just stay in the bar. I won't go like back.
You guys are all
I'm
Should we just
not gonna walk in.
Yeah, we can have bar and.
I'm not gonna walk in with Johnny. Like I want to be completely separate from him. Like he goes in and then I'll go in first, and then he can come in or whatever. Then I can kind of watch him.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna try to go down like out the back door with him. Or
I would want to go to the tanner shop
Okay.
and get some leathers and stuff to make him
Just in case.
a stud leather,
Okay.
Pretty good.
just a basic stud leather,
Okay.
which is like 25 gold to buy a stud leather, so I think it's 17 minutes. Okay. If you can get me in. Oh no, sorry, it's 45 to buy, so 22 and
Sure.
35 silver. All right.
Anybody else? You guys are going with them to the bar?
I'll come back tomorrow and try and.
I need to give you how much gold.
What about it?
Okay. So you guys, you walk into the bar first. Gary's there. He,
Bartender?
yeah, he looks at you and holds up a mug. Are you here to drink or?
No, not tonight.
Okay. Well, the usual place is open and back.
Thanks.
So he, goes about cleaning his mug, and you walk around behind the bar, and there's like a little closet area that you go into, and the wall pushes up and reveals a stairway going down. You know this well. It leads right down to another area. It's like an open room, and there's it becomes the tunnel that walks.
Door opens here.
A little bit later, you can walk through the tunnels and you find Donnie in the room with a bunch of kids, and they're practicing pickpocketing each other. And those two kids are there that you saw on the street earlier.
Alright. So, I'm gonna go up and try and pickpocket some of the kids. Sure, just to, just like one behind the
Give me a
ears.
sleight of hand, yeah.
17.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Give them their own coins back.
Yeah. So you guys
You
give me one
get that
coin.
gold and you give it right back to them.
Yeah. Just to make my presence known.
And Donnie just walks up to you and he kind of nods his head. He doesn't really give you a hug or anything like that. What's going on, man?
Of course, that little kid play, tap the ankles.
Yeah, yeah.
Back in town, got a couple of friends I'm traveling with, looking for some work.
Oh, yeah, you sure? You'll have to talk to Arthur about that. I don't know.
Where's he at? Is he around?
Yeah, he's in the office. So he goes over to the office with you and gives a coded tap if you know what it is. And you go into Arthur's office, and behind him, two like suits of armor just like turn their heads, swivel their heads, and make eye contact with you, and they just focus on you the entire time. And it's not nothing you're out of the ordinary. Well, if it isn't Johnny, welcome back.
This is Arthur or Arthur?
Arthur.
Okay, you said Arthur. This is Arthur. Alright.
Arthur.
Yeah.
You call him Artie most of the time.
Artie. Artie, what is going on, my friend?
Oh, the same as usual.
Artie, I am here. We need some ice and work. We need some coin. I got a group of travelers with me.
Yeah, it's always the same. You always need coin.
Always coin.
Well, just happened that I have some work, maybe for your special.
Oh, good. Saw your post on the board.
Well, that's you know. Yeah. Listen, I got a guy out of the docks that's supplying most of the stuff down to the Hansons and the Pendragons and all them, or in the Porters. Their supply chain's coming into the docks, and I figured out where it was coming from. So I'd just like to, rough it up, maybe take some of their stuff.
What kind of stuff is coming in?
It doesn't really matter, just stuff.
So do you want the stuff in hand, or do you just want it destroyed?
I just want enough of a ruckus so I can hear it from my bedroom. Porter's screaming from my bedroom.
So this is you don't care about getting a product in hand, you just want to disrupt the flow.
Oh yeah. Make it more costly for them to.
Alright, so what do you know about the operation?
Operation? They have a warehouse there near the docks, number 32. And they've got people looking out on the streets. There's not a whole lot of business, but ships coming in at night under the dead of night. And they move stuff in. I don't know what it is, but if they're moving it at night, it's got to be illegal.
You know how many outlooks they got? How many people are looking around?
Donnie's not as good at this stuff as you are. He doesn't really cross into the Millville district anymore.
You know how heavy they guard it? Is it heavy duty guarding?
From what the kids say, there's at least 4 big guys that's there.
How about humans?
Varying races. I think there's a half orc.
4 big dudes.
Sorry, my intelligence is not very good, but I've seen you deal with worse.
Alright. And so what's a gig like this pay?
I'd say 100 gold for each dead porter.
Each dead quarter.
And I'll give you half whatever I can get out of the rest, whatever stuff you bring back.
Half goods brought back. Now, is this the stuff that comes in? Are this like we need a cart? Is it in bags? Is it something small? Do you have
I have
any
no
idea?
idea.
No idea.
Okay, playing Game Boy? Playing Gangster?
Okay, and when is it still going down? You know when it goes down?
About it.
Any night of the week.
Every night,
Yeah.
every night this is happening.
Yeah, small boat comes in.
So any night, if we do this 3 times a week,
Oh, how many times can I pay you for it?
yeah, do you get this?
I'd say hit it once,
contract?
let's see how it changes. Let's hit it once, see how it changes.
All right. How's the relationship with the Porters been lately?
Well, they're taking more of the Millville district.
I know
Completely?
Porter's
Yeah.
a good guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not
You have
gonna
any
talk
insights
about
on,
stuff. Stuff.
A target to hit maybe of the Hanson family? Any stores that
Oh, we don't touch the Hansons.
Hansons?
They're the best customers.
That has to be.
Well, you know what I mean. They pay off the porters and pay them, So if one of them gets hit, then porters are going to come after his full force. That's not what I want.
You ever thought about hitting the Hansons so that they lose faith in the Porters and maybe come to you for those services?
You know how the porters operate. It's either pay up or they shank their own people. So,
All right. All right. Well, let me go scout this place out. Give it to my crew and see what they say, and
sure.
I'll be in touch.
All right. 32.
Warehouse
All right.
32.
Yeah. All right. So you go back out, and Donnie's like, hey, just real quick, could you give them a few lessons, like pickpocketing?
Sure. So I'll just,
Okay, so you give them a couple rounds.
yeah.
The rest of you guys are upstairs.
The 2 that screwed up. I know that
Yeah.
they tried to pickpocket. They
Yep.
screwed it up.
Yep.
And then I'm going to let them know what they did wrong. Maybe some pointers on how to do it.
Sure.
Maybe one is over here making the ruckus while the other one sneaks in.
Sure.
A little tag team type of thing.
Okay. The rest of you guys are upstairs in the bar. Cinnamore ends up catching up with you guys and sits down. And you guys have all had a round brought to you, plate of food. You sit down next to them in the bar.
Personally, I would be just listening.
Okay, just listening.
Yeah, listening for anything about weird news from out and about. Just the kind of stuff that Enriquez and I are more interested in.
Okay. There's a balcony
Or the architects as well.
up above the bar, and there's a lot of more people up there. As you walk in, you see that there's a table towards the back of the establishment, and there's a guy with a shield and a spear, and he's got just a leather cuirass on, and his 2 friends have heavy crossbows that have cords that hang them from their vests, and they look like they're mercenaries of some sort. But they are there and drinking, and they're probably talking the loudest. And the 2 gentlemen with the crossbows are talking to the other one. Hey, you remember that time that you stabbed that guy right through the throat? You can see that they really idolize the guy with the shield and the spear.
That's Gaston. Is that?
Maybe not so much.
I guess.
He doesn't pay any attention. It's give me an insight check on it.
Insight?
Yeah.
I don't want to roll a d12 for that.
Nope. Probably won't
Yeah,
get
I'm
too
glad.
bad.
Okay.
One from you as well, Hanua.
Insight 20.
20?
Mm.
Okay.
it's a 19,
Okay, so you guys both know that this guy is dressed as a gladiator of sorts. So his whole deal is just to make sure, like he just wants a good challenge, a good fight. So that's all he does is he fights one-on-one and does his best to win. And if he's still standing, then he's probably pretty good. The two gentlemen there are probably hired by him to watch his coin or take bets or whatever. But they're sitting at the back of the bar. There's a whole plethora of people up on the top level, and there's just a few random spots with a table with a couple people at them that you guys are there amongst the mix. I would say you do get served as they're getting their plates served. The lady goes, "And what can I get you?"
I'll have what he's having.
Okay, and so as you look at her, this is her. Your heart almost stops. It is her face, her size, her build, her mannerisms, and the way she talks. This is Mia.
Before I react, she's probably gone. Like,
She is, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get one for you, and she starts walking off. She gets an ale for you, brings it back, sets it down. The plate will take a minute, but I'll be back. Walks off.
so I don't believe it.
Don't believe it. Okay. For a while, she brings a plate of food back for you.
I'd pull out I'll pull out a silver, pretty dang good tip on it. 3 silver plates.
Sure.
Miss, what's your name?
My name's Mia. Do I know you?
Where are you from, Mia?
I grew up in New Haven.
She doesn't recognize me at all. I haven't really changed other than the scar.
She doesn't give a look of recognition to you. Well, thank you for the tip, sir. And she picks the silver.
You taking a little bit of a liking to the lady. You could say you seem a little beside yourself. Something like that. I get up, I don't touch the food or anything.
Okay. Where you going?
I'm gonna go outside for a minute.
Okay. Go outside. Clear night, and the ones you've been having, rain filled. The food here is wonderful, despite the rough interior and exterior of the building and the commons that it is. It's a very warm, home-cooked type meal, very delicious, and fills your tummies, along with the warm ale.
Elmo's typically pretty sociable when he gets to drink a little bit, so he's going to be kind of, just chatting it up with the locals and
Okay, yeah.
just,
Got anything you want to try and dig out of them, or?
I don't know what to try to dig out of anybody at the moment. Really, just kind of chatting here in the local law and what's happening in town. What's I got to do for fun around here?
They all point you to the fishing at the port, and they point to their choice of various religions, and to see the clerk at the Allhammer, and he's usually a good guy to go hang out with, and not much. I mean, they tell you pretty much to steer clear of Arthur Moreland. He's a very big man in this town. Steer clear of him, and anywhere that he's not.
Here.
Yeah, anywhere he's not would be good.
Okay. What's the general impression of the king's cousin among the populace here?
Sure. He is doing wonderful.
He's doing wonderful.
He's doing wonderful.
Ward Brandisher is the hero of the common man.
The hero of the common man, yes.
Okay.
It wasn't always so but he's the hero of the common right
That makes it
now. As should any good choice have two sides. Any good choice should have two sides.
Also, time gotta be more than the rate deer that you have.
Oh, because you gave me
How do I
that?
prove,
Sure.
how do I prove that I killed
Just a lot of times
somebody?
not gonna hit it.
The Artie. What's he for proof? My word?
Just tell him,
Oh, probably the right hand.
We gotta take the hand.
The right hand, yeah.
Alright.
Just because he usually prefer a hand to have a hand, so you can take their hand. They're worthless either way.
Okay.
Most
And,
of the right hand.
and I would ask him about what he knows about Artie Norman, or, right?
Arden
The
Little.
architect.
Oh, Warwick.
War branch.
Warwick. Yeah,
He was
just
kind
tell him, about the town, and what, how he gave
Okay.
the reward for or the deed for this town, that was, seemed kind of odd if he knows anything about that, or.
Sure. First of all, when you start talking, you're asking them all these questions. You mentioned that you have a town, and he immediately just starts going into claiming territory of the town. Do you mind if we move in with a couple of people, you know?
He's trying to move in on the town.
Yeah, I mean, he wants
There's
to
no one
change the
there.
pay.
There's no one there.
Yeah, okay. Well, then he gets disappointed.
It's abandoned.
Then he gets disappointed.
One
There's a necromancer and two skeletons in town.
Right, yeah.
Non-necromancer.
But
There is a future there.
yes,
So, yeah.
we can discuss.
He gets a little excited about the future.
Do I fear this guy? Do I fear this art guy? Because he was one of us, right? And
Yeah.
So I don't. He's not somebody that I'm like afraid of or anything like that, right?
No.
Okay.
No,
All right. So I tell him about that. Ask him if he knows anything about Ward.
sure. He talks about Ward letting them get away with a lot of stuff.
So
He doesn't really mind
Ward's a good guy. He's a good fellow.
for, yeah.
He's a good fellow.
He don't, yeah, whatever. But he also lets the porters get away with a lot of stuff.
All right. So he's not an obstacle.
They don't care, he's just not an obstacle for them.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So that's
Punishment for thievery and things like that have been rather light lately.
gotcha. Okay. All right. Something like that. So I'll go up and
Sure.
get with these guys and tell them with the deed.
You walk back in and Cinnamore's not there.
Where's Cinema?
He went outside.
He like his tongue fell out at the pomade, and and he was awestruck. I don't know what his deal was, and he just left. He looked really upset.
I don't know about the barmaid.
She was brought here by another gentleman when she lost her memory a while back. And so she restarted,
Okay.
restarted her life.
As a child? Or
Huh?
no?
No.
Okay. She's came back with no
Oh,
memory.
no.
I remember it, yeah.
All right.
It was arranged marriage, right? It's just not.
Alright, well,
What about a sister? What do you know?
I'll let the group know that there's a job, and it's gonna be dirty. It involves the rival gang, quarters, and that for every dead quarter that we get, it's 100 gold plus half of whatever materials we bring back. Now, I don't know the history of them as a group. Kind of trying to persuade maybe somebody that doesn't really have a dog in the fight or really care. That to get him, they kidnap kids and they make them do things that maybe they don't want to do, and if they don't do well, then they get punished. And
If the sport is a pot of the ones taking the kids, then I will slaughter the hell out of them. That is not against my conscience.
So that's what I know about the porters that.
If they weren't involved in that, then I would have a problem killing them. Just
I'm
outright.
telling you
Yeah.
that they kidnap kids, they take them off the streets, and they do things to them, enslavement type of thing. where if
Yeah,
they don't perform,
They've been working against
yeah,
that.
so and I don't know that he's that way. I can easily persuade him. I would think.
He just said,
Yeah,
yeah, they
do
do
any
bad
bad
things
things
to
to
the
kids.
kids. They do bad things to the kids.
So then after they started taking kids and training them, they use those kids to provide protection for one or two of the shops in the Noble District. And they work their way around, and you pay us this amount of gold, and we'll provide you these protections. And keep an eye, make sure nobody steals from your shop. We'll make sure that no pickpocketers are around, so you get your business, things like that. And then once they took enough of the street, they started just going in and collecting their debt every month. And it's kind of like that kind of protection, not really.
Right.
Yeah, but it's just they go
It's
in.
a mob thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so they threaten the owners. Now that they have all this money, they have the power as well. They have items, useful weaponry, and lots of people working for them.
So I explained it that it's a mob mentality, and
I mean-
they've got the people scared or against their will. If you want to do the work, I tell them what the rewards are. If you can't, if it's not your thing, then so be it. But I'm in. I'm doing it. He's on doing it. Anyone else that's in on doing it, great. I'm gonna do it.
Whenever you would like to come back into the conversation.
I'm probably not going back to the bar.
Okay. All right.
Same with my one worry about it is just that, like, if we get not necessarily caught, but we're one of the borders to get back, I just stick out of this town.
No, we're all just on the boat. I'm assuming this is a big, huge town, right?
Yeah.
There's probably, it's not just a human thing. I'm assuming there's
Yeah, there's
a
a small
plethora
yeah.
of everyone. So would it be safe to say that everyone kind of fits in their own way, especially in the common area?
No,
No, not her.
maybe not her.
What is she again? Where are you again?
Earth Genasi, right?
She's some big, huge monstrosity.
She's got, her skin is like stone. It looks like stone.
We can cover
Her
her.
eyes look like gems.
We can
Sunglasses and mess, yeah.
Not going around.
What about a halfling druid?
You're fine, yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to say even as much.
I'm
I'm just beautiful.
This is kind of a little, that might be helpful, because I will stick out.
But does it go against your nature to go cut off the guy's hand for gold?
Uh,
Sure it does. No, it does.
I think it's good. Whatever,
That's all it's like. I mean, if you sold this there, they are bad people.
Give me the insight check, like, can you say what they're bad people?
Sure.
It's not like, oh, smoke.
Yeah.
Why don't you trust me? 16.
Tell them the total truth.
Yeah.
From what you can see, they are bad people.
Okay. Then I would probably be more inclined to go with it more in the sense of protecting a group
Uh-huh.
and not necessarily, because of wanting to get people.
Right.
Doesn't sound perfect to me.
Okay. They got you this nice new jewelry. You gotta go along now.
We can dig it
Botch
and
out.
detect.
Can I maybe see like somewhere like maybe sell like a long sleeve shirt or something?
Sure.
Like, guys-
Would you like to go to the Noble District and shop for that?
It's not common. It doesn't
Okay.
seem crazy.
Yeah.
I just need to cover my skin.
Probably about 5 copper pieces.
So it's gonna be dust for eating time?
Yeah, it's easy time. So.
Okay. So we go to do a little look around and then, and if it looks good, we can hit it now.
Well,
So,
I've blown my weapon to Cinema for a minute
uh-huh.
until his rapier is done. We'll wait until tomorrow and
Well,
get
okay,
my weapon, or
go scout it tonight and then
we
hit it
can
tomorrow or
move
something.
we can kind of scout it tonight and then at the very least, I don't know.
You hear a voice in your head.
I can still magically enchant my base.
Awesome stuff.
Awesome. Here we go. You hear a voice in your head. Yeah, something. this Trevor guy showed up. He tried to run away. 8 and 9 grabbed him. He's a hard worker. That's about it.
Yeah, nine's a skeleton, so.
Who is Trevor?
Is he the guy from
Trevor
New
Malachy in New Pollock that was supposed to be fixing the wall that wasn't fixing the wall.
That may have burned down his.
That may have burned down my porch. We don't know. So he's putting to work now.
Say that okay?
Okay.
From a stone building.
If he can even hear me, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. And on that, as we start to head off to go check out this warehouse, we will take a break.
So it's almost 9:30. We're gonna go till 10, right?
Yeah.
Do you just want to go ahead and power
Sure,
through? Do we
that's
need to
fine.
take a
Very
break?
wanted.
I'm good.
I'm fine.
Then, get past 10, it's kind of pushing it.
Sure.
I'll go to the bathroom really quick, but
Okay.
He stepped out anyway.
I will grab me
Do it.
M&Ms.
get it.
So,
You have to open the name bag.
we're just coming out of the.
Trying to avoid
It's
that.
just a warehouse, right? That we're gonna be down out.
It's right off the docks.
Oh, caramel pretzels. Hello. Want some?
Do I look like I don't?
Do you want some?
Dana.
I gotta stand up.
I can't remember my favorite line talking. They're all gummed up.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, terrible.
You can't hear
Dragon Craze.
you. You turned off the microphone.
What?
Dragon Craze is hosting, but I don't know what that means.
That means when we're live, it plays on his channel if nothing else is shown. So people could be watching his stream, but it's through, or our stream through him.
I just stuck it.
Yeah, which is so good. It
And
gets
maybe
us
he's
more
had a million
exposure.
followers.
It gets us more exposure. So.
Or he clicked on us by accident. Either way, it's all good.
Or he doesn't know how to unpost it.
Whoops. Wow. Good.
Do we get to use the new camera now?
I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know where my marketing is.
Alright, so. Tell us about this warehouse.
You ready? Are we good?
Yep.
All right, we're good. Welcome back. We're back from our break. Now, the quickest break we've ever had. So, you guys go through the
Did you
streets.
flush and wash your hands?
Did you not push
Did
the
you
toilet
tell
seat down?
Cinnamore?
Oh, I smacked it down.
Yes, I tell them all the time.
Tell
Are you
Cinnamore.
good? Are you good with doing the bad things to the bad people?
Yeah.
Alright, he said.
Okay, so you guys gather your stuff, head towards.
Good things
Right now,
to
Cinnamor's
add.
pretty pissed off, so he'll do just about whatever.
Yeah. I wonder if he's pissed off in game or out of game.
What? I don't know.
I don't know. What did the DM do? Brought your dead fiance back to life.
Ready, game.
Alright.
All right, so you guys go through. Which way would you like to take them?
Which way is it?
I mean, you have the city streets down through the Noble District, the top city
Don't we
streets,
have some
through the
tunnels?
alleys. Yeah, you want to travel the tunnels.
I'm gonna take our secret dragon ways, as long as they don't upset the dragon water.
Yeah, you can take them probably through some ones that are not in any
High security
area,
areas.
like any of the training areas or the bunks or his office or anything like that. You probably can.
And if I had to go through anywhere, I would let Artie know that my crew will be traveling through there. And,
Sure.
okay. Make sure they got all the right paperwork.
Sure. So let's go ahead and make a dexterity check for Cinnamore.
You big lug.
7.
Okay, so as you're walking through these tunnels, you misstep, misjudge the distance a little bit, and your foot goes into some watery substance in the middle of one of the tunnels. Doesn't smell too great. I'm not sure what it is.
Sweet.
Just kind of ignore it, move on.
Yep.
Wow.
He can't see the tunnels. They're tunnels. You all can see.
We didn't say.
I can light a produce flame and keep it on the end of my staff.
Okay. So now you have some firelight to walk around with.
I actually
didn't say
didn't,
nothing.
I actually didn't pick light as one of my cantrips, so I can see in the dark.
If you need us to turn off the light, let me know.
Let me know if I need to tell
Yeah. You guys continue on,
There's
and
bouncing off the wall.
as far as it goes, you find your way to a place that's blocked off to your access, and it's about mid-Noble District.
Okay.
Just because the porters own the rest of it. But it's leads you up into an alley where you can slip in pretty good.
Okay.
Oh, you borrowed my rapier, right?
Mhm.
Well, I cast Blessing of the Forge on it every day, every morning, so it's actually a +1 right now.
Oh, cool. Sweet.
The mace is just a mace right
Does
now.
that say that it changes hands, or just leave it on there?
It just says I touch a non-magical item, and it becomes a +1.
Okay, well, while we look that up, you come up into the streets. I guess I'll need everybody to make a stealth
It's
check.
probably under the
Forge domain.
Stealth check.
Stealth? Yeah.
At first level, you gain the ability to imbue magic into a weapon or armor at the end of a long rest. Touch one non-magical object that is a suit of armor or a simple or martial weapon until the end of your next long rest. The object becomes a magic item, granting +1 bonus to AC. If it's armor, +1 bonus to attack, and damage rolls it with a weapon.
End
Once
of.
you- Yeah, once you use this
Okay.
this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. So there's no
Okay.
attunement to it. It's just I touch it, it's there it is.
Does that sound good? All right.
So cool. Just well, I haven't said that, but that's every day I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing that on my weapon.
Yeah.
So if it's not spoken specifically,
That's fine.
unless I change it
But
to
you had given it
whatever.
to him.
But yeah, he has to borrow it. So
Okay.
he's got a pretty low.
All right.
Do you know that we're getting close to where we're trying to get to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get past back the trace?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're pretty close.
19
Okay, so I
something.
will guess that, so it's a +7 or +10 to everything.
29.
Okay.
26.
30.
Yeah. Well, I wrote back 20.
Yeah.
And it's +10, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I want to go up ahead
Okay.
by like a block or half a block.
Sure.
Just to scout out before I, have these guys follow wherever I'm going.
Okay, so you're going about half a block up? So then it's a 20.
Yeah. No, after we get up, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go scout ahead,
Okay.
and then.
I'm going to say that you're not within range of a pass on the trails unless you want to keep her within 30 feet of you.
Okay. Scout 28 and a half
28
feet.
and a half feet, all right.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
Do I feel sneaky? No, no.
Looks like you have a window to get across the street with nobody seeing you.
Okay.
And getting into the warehouses district.
Excuse me.
That's what you get. So you find your way up to the 32nd warehouse. How far back do you want to stay?
When you say how far, what do you mean how far back?
Because I mean, the warehouse is all lined with streets in that kind of rainbow, upside down rainbow fashion that the streets follow here.
Oh, so it's in a big circle.
So there's warehouses on either side of the street, but it kind of goes in a big rainbow
Okay.
towards the wharf.
Okay. And is there any alleyway or is these all one connected building?
There's alleyways in between
Each
each
warehouse,
of them.
okay.
Yes, each warehouse.
32.
Yeah, I remember. So how big are these warehouses? Are they like a block long each, or they?
They're probably about 3.5 stories tall, probably about 60 feet across, each one of them.
Okay.
So pretty fairly sizable warehouses.
Okay.
They've got usually shelving units on the inside, or rooms, lockers, and things like that. The ones that you've been in. So, the front of the building comes up to the street, and then there's a little alleyway, probably enough for 3 people standing side by side to walk down, and then there's another warehouse. There's usually a cart entrance, a wagon or cart entrance on the front, so big double doors, and then there's a smaller door that's off to one side.
Any windows?
There's no windows usually,
Nothing but bus through?
nothing but bus.
Okay. And how well lit is this area?
There are a few lanterns that are lit sporadically on poles, but it's pretty dim light.
Pretty dark.
Yeah, this place closes down usually, except for the few lookouts that there are.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to do a perception check from where you're at, how close do you want to be?
Is the warehouse we're going to, do I have to cross the street to get to it, or is it on the?
Yeah, it is on the opposite side of the street.
Okay, so I want to go in and see if I can't look through that door, or just, I want to see if there are any guards walking around.
Okay. Perception check.
17.
17. You do notice that there is, every once in a while, a gentleman comes to the peak of the roof with a crossbow in hand.
Is it like a treetop roof, or is it flat roof?
It's a flat roof, it's kind of like a barn.
Okay,
So it comes up 2 angles and then it flattens off on top.
okay.
And he comes to the peak of the roof and then goes back,
Is there a ladder system that lets them get up there
probably on the inside.
on the inside?
Yeah.
And there's nothing else going on the ground?
After a while, that gentleman is walked back and you wait, and a pair of gentlemen walk on the outside.
Okay.
Gentlemen, they're not guards at all, they're just gentlemen.
Just gentlemen?
Just gentlemen.
Just passerbyers?
Just gentlemen. And they go, or they come out of one alleyway and then they go in the next one, right around the side of it.
Are they armed?
Yeah.
Okay. But they're snaking in the warehouses all along, not just around. just
Oh, well,
around.
those 2 just came out from beside it and went around the other side. And you watch down the other part of the street, and another single guard or single person walks in and does the same thing down the line.
So the path that we took to get there, was it very populated? I mean, well, again, as if we were to start a ruckus here, we went back across the street where we came from into the alleyway, are we able to get back in our little hole?
You are actually between 2 warehouses right now. If you're able to see that, you're between 2 warehouses right now.
Okay,
So there's warehouses on either side.
yeah.
And
So if we go across the street and do a bunch of damage, or come back across the street through that alley that we are now, how far is it to our secret hole?
probably about 2 blocks, a couple hundred feet.
Okay, so no major obstacles, it's not that.
No, I mean, it's down this alley.
Okay. All right, so we see one guard on top, people walking around the side. If I were to get to the door, the guy on the guard or on the top, can he see down and see that there's someone in front?
If you look straight down there.
Okay. Is it lit enough for them to see? Yeah. All right.
18 to 20 questions, right?
Well, you know what, if we just fireball this bitch up, let's go. We can just-
Nobody has fireball yet, dang it.
Whatever it is, we light it.
Yeah, flaming spear.
That's good.
But I can also get up on the roof if you need to take out that guy. I need to get up on the roof. I can throw a little spider.
Excellent. Yeah, go do that. Do that and we'll get there, see what we got.
How are spiders in the city? Like, is it, that wouldn't necessarily tell if there's something wrong.
I think spider can come in the warehouse, especially a rat.
Well, the spider has the ability to climb walls without any issue.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I'm with that.
Do we want to coordinate something though, or?
Are we doing this now or we're just scouting it? 'Cause I thought we were just scouting it out. We already, I mean, I'm ready to light it now. Then we got the tech in tonight.
We're good to go.
Yeah,
We can get, I still have a weapon, so I still got my mace.
She's just stuffing popcorn in her face.
For all two people to see.
I love her. Alright, so, one guy on top of it, two guys walking around. Don't know what's on the inside, problem. I can see what's on the inside. You probably need to order then as a spider.
Yeah, one thing, I can get up there and then make it.
Yeah,
You can still send message to us, can't you?
You gotta be within 30 feet of me. So if it's 3.5 stories up, I can't talk to you guys.
Probably a little far.
One story's about 10 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Every story's a little far if he's going on the roof.
Like, you thought of that.
I can all the way back down and then
Okay.
talk to you.
Yeah, did you put people scout out on the arm like that, or?
Well, kind of gotta get rid of the guy up there first to probably see inside, because I'm assuming he would notice, you know, the spider walking around there.
Well, who's got range? I got a range weapon.
Light crossbow.
So maybe when it gets to that angle, we can do that. Silent, deadly. And then you got all the right arm.
SBD attack from the TBDs.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well,
We're
if
not
it-
here
if I take him out first, I can probably take him out with a, you know, like a, well, that's probably gonna noticeable, like a firebush or something, but.
From up there, you mean?
Well, no, I have to do it before I turn into a bull spider.
So, are
If
you?
you take him out first, and then I can climb up there.
Okay, well, I hope we can take him out. I mean, that'd be,
But if I shoot a flaming bolt, it's probably gonna be noticeable, much more noticeable than a crossbow bolt or something.
Flair, yeah.
because if we don't take him out, then he sounds a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
He says just a guy, right? No armor, no, just a guy.
Probably leather armor, probably crossbow, who knows? Yeah, they have a crossbow at least.
Oh, he's got a crossbow.
He's got it.
Do you have anything to make it silent, people so they can't scream?
I can cast silence.
Is that something you do more than once?
Well, spell, I can cast it as a ritual if I wanted to sit here long enough. Let me,
10 minutes, probably, 11 minutes or something.
let me check the range and everything. Oh, range is 120 feet. 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes concentration, 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage. Creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there. So I cast silent on him. Bolt. He dies. You can scream. You can whatever.
Yeah, you can do that, you kill it. So, well, my point is, we take out the two that are wandering around, right? They're walking the bottom side of it?
Mhm.
There's 3 total.
Yeah.
There's 2 and then one silently walking. So there's 4 then. One on the roof, 2 who are walking together, right? And then 1 who walked by himself.
There was one that was way down the street. You see
Right.
it come out. So he may be with this group, he may not. He's at a.
But we've seen 4.
You've seen 4 people now.
Okay. One on the roof, 2 guys were walking together, sneaking in and out of the alleys, and another guy in the alley. In a different alley.
I wonder if we take out the two outside quietly somehow. Because if we do it between the guy on the roof won't be able to see between the warehouses, right? Because if it's a flat roof like this, he can't see.
But not where you're at.
Well, it's on the flat part of the roof, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we take out the two guys in the dark alley, with the thing they don't have, they can't hear nothing, then it's two down, and then we can deal with that guy on top by himself, or find out, just get into the building even. What do you guys think?
I like it.
Yeah, if we get in the building, then we might have to worry about the ground on top until we start breaking stuff.
Who's in the meat shield? You meeting?
I'm kind of meaty. She's meatier.
She doesn't want to. So if we send whoever one of these two, just kind of maybe staggering up after the guy on the roof goes, he comes out and he walks back, send one of the meat shields up there to the other two come in, make sure they get in the alleyway, and then you cast silent and she hits them or something, and then we just. What do you think?
Yeah, because she can pass without a trace on you guys and give you a big stealth bonus.
I can only do once.
Oh, that's right.
Or you're done it.
But
It lasts like an hour, doesn't it?
I think it's 10 minutes. Yeah.
Basically, we'd be silent on the two that are there. We get in that. It's a big.
No, it's an hour. It's an hour.
Yeah.
Unless your special thing's different.
No, it's 1 hour.
Sweet.
Okay. Okay.
Trying.
Yeah.
Right? We silence it, so whatever ruckus we make doesn't wake the neighbors, per se.
Yeah. Oh, they're only 5 feet apart?
Enough for 3 people to walk side by side. Like touching shoulders, yeah, they're not very, they're very, very close.
So 5 foot wide.
You could get,
Alley.
anything that's taken through these are gonna be taken through the doors from the back. So that everything comes through one of the warehouses.
Okay. The silence is a ritual, so I have to sit down and concentrate.
Can you cast it as a ritual?
Yeah, it's a ritual spell.
Oh, cool.
I'm coming from this way, Aaron.
Sweet.
How big is the roof?
Oh, Rich.
What?
How big is the roof?
It's probably a good,
That seems about
20
right.
feet,
Like a third, wasn't
like
it?
a 20 feet flat part.
Okay. How long?
20 foot
And
slope.
then these
20
are
foot slope.
slopes going down 15 feet across, but you know, the angle.
And battle camera.
Battle camera.
Dun 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 dun. Camera technology. We have the technology. And the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Or, since we can't get in the,
Where's your miniature then? I mean,
we got over here.
I also have fog.
I'm sorry, I got one. I
What's that?
Fog.
Oh, just okay.
Fall cloud. 2 words.
I could put it on the roof so that you can't see, but it might alert that something's going on.
And it'll also make it harder to hit.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to take it down.
But he couldn't shoot us as easy either.
But it would be good to use that when we're going to go in the door.
Yeah. It's just, and he can't see us from up there at all.
If we're in here, he can't.
So if we can wait till he's walking away from the roof.
Yes.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Silent.
Well, we gotta
dead,
get these
dead,
guys
dead.
in here.
Yeah.
Right. But, we'll need to shoot our arrows when they get like in this arrow or place and then capture them in there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be able to stack up.
Are they being very consistent about their timing around the building?
yeah.
Okay. So I'll be able to time the ritual to have it ready to cast when they're.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the plan?
This guy's gonna start walking back. About that time is when these guys start making their way up here, right?
Uh-huh.
When they get in here, he's gonna cast silence, and we're gonna, or at least I'm thinking I'm gonna let go of my, I'm gonna shoot him from range.
I got a boomerang.
And whoever's gonna do from range, and the other two maybe just go engage him in the alleyway.
I'm casting a spell, so I can't shoot the. It'll take
Okay,
me
well, I
another
can
round
shoot.
to do it.
You can rush him, and she can rush him, and you can boomerang him, right?
Well, we probably want one of us to rush because we can't really fit.
Okay, whoever. I'm just, because you're not gonna do side by side in the fight.
Mhm.
Okay. So then if you just
How
want
far away is it from where we're at? Like feet wise?
Probably about, the alleyway is probably about 25 feet across. Or the street,
I
the
can be
25.
there with my ride.
so regular movement, you guys can get across it.
Yeah, I like it. Ready to do this?
Yeah.
I'm anxious to get in rolls.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so you're waiting until this guy walks away.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Silence.
Sounds.
How long does it take this guy to get back there and back again?
Probably about 40 seconds.
So he's doing a pretty good clip back
Yeah.
and forth.
Yeah, with 40 seconds, plenty of time to take two, but should be plenty of time to take two.
Especially if we do it in here where it's quiet, then you
Yeah,
can't
it's
see
quiet
us
and you
anyway.
can't see it,
Right.
so-
So we just gotta get him in here.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the radius on your silence?
20-foot radius, so
Okay.
about 40-foot diameter.
Right.
Where do you want it to land?
We want it
20
to.
feet? 20 feet?
I want to hit it if I can see him. I want to hit him like right somewhere in here, right?
Yeah.
That
You
way
said there's no window over there at all?
windows anyway.
Can you see it pretty good, Honeywell?
Yeah, I mean, it's just laggy, but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So
Is there any verbal component to your stuff?
My stuff?
when you're fighting on the hand, it won't work for this.
Well, I'm saying,
Right.
you might want to make sure you do it before you get into the silent area.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about most of what I can do
All right.
with these little guys.
So they're in the middle.
Aaron, you want to put that in the center of the spell?
Sure.
Well, just put that's where the epicenter is, so we can visualize 20
All right.
feet
So
around
when they get in
it.
there, I'm letting go. You're letting go. Right. You cast the sound, and she's rushing them.
I'm raging and rushing.
Raging. She's raging. She's
Raging
rushing.
and rushing.
She's railroad, R&R.
And once again,
Quietly.
your grandmother
You got rage.
shows up at your side.
Range.
Range.
Yeah.
The spectral form of this spiritual leader. I'm sorry, the spiritual form of your ancestor shows up behind you, seemingly coming out of your body to stand beside you and your friends. That's not enough.
Could we actually wait until they come to the end where there's room for us to engage?
Then he'll see us. This guy will see us.
If we do it right here?
That's what he said, right?
He can look down. Look at
Yeah,
Bruce.
he's
He'll look
here's the
down
door.
and
You
see
can see
anything.
the door.
Gotcha.
We're not gonna do it inside.
Yeah, never mind.
All right.
Okay.
So first guy's there.
Yep. First guy's to execute. Let's roll some initiative.
I guess surprise. Boom. No.
Yeah, we're gonna roll
We
initiative.
still roll initiative for the
Or
first
after that.
We've been
Oh,
standing
yeah,
for 4
just-
hours.
Yeah.
I'd rather suck with initiative than just casting or hitting something. Or
22.
49.
9?
So 22. Anybody higher than that?
20. No.
Okay. So coming
No, do you
out.
have anything ranged?
John, who's next?
It's
After
javelin,
20.
huh?
The javelin, and I still
Five.
have
Oh,
one
wow.
to
6.
my crossbows.
Okay.
But it kind of makes sense. I'm casting the spell anyway, so I should be last in initiative.
What are you?
9.
9.
9. All right. Cinnamore will go second. Johnny, you get your surprise round off.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, we all get a surprise round, don't we?
The range people do, right?
All of us are doing ranged?
Yeah.
All right.
Just two
Advantage.
people.
Yeah. Go
And
ahead.
all 3 of us are doing
All three.
ranged. Yeah.
Are you entering the alley after their shots?
Yeah, my
Got
first consideration.
Okay.
After I
Had a kid.
predetermined trigger.
21.
Also 21 to hit.
21. Hits.
11.
Does
I
not.
assume we're just going for the first guy.
Yeah.
Well, it would.
Yeah. So go ahead and give him some damage.
All right. So
Oh, you did that boomerang, right?
3d6, but it's critical.
It is critical?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can shadows.
3d6.
Mine, is mine critical?
Huh?
Is mine critical?
Mm-mm.
No, because that's an assassin thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what. So just 3d6.
3d6.
That's doubled.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5, so it goes to 10, 13.
Okay. So you take your shot with your bow, right?
Yeah.
Your crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, did you roll your damage with the crossbow itself, or is that just your sneak
So
attack?
the sneak attack was the 5, goes to 10.
Well, and then you got your sneak attack or your
Your regular damage.
or 2. Crossbow is 1d8, isn't it?
It's 1d6.
1d6. So roll another d6.
No, but
No, you're right. You're right.
So-
Okay.
I'm doing it right. My bow, yeah. So I rolled 3 6 sided dice.
So 13.
Yes.
Should have figured
Now, I
that out
don't,
earlier.
the 3 that does not double on the instrument, right? Okay, yes, 13.
12.
So the arrow, and he moves out of the way just as his arrow comes past.
I was gonna say I was gonna aim for back the second guy, but I didn't really know.
Yeah, well, they're standing right behind each other, so
Yeah,
go ahead and do your damage. What was
it
it?
was 12.
Okay, and his
That
arrow,
was non-crit.
they just kind of fall to the opposite sides and fall, like, come down, and then you did what?
I threw a boomerang and did it.
Yeah, so it like
They come back.
probably not. And it is time, so. And you rush in, raging to the 2 dead people that are now laying. They're choking. They're
Boomerang.
huh? You get the bone
Look
right.
at this boomerang.
And you got 5 off the right hands.
And I will chop off their hands.
Okay, great. You make an attack against their hands, and you chop them off.
Heads, now she's doing hands.
Stuff them into a package or into your satchel. See the blood start to collect at the bottom. Nothing new for a new lot. What do you guys want to do now?
Alright.
You can't talk to each other.
Oh, we can.
Well, you guys are out there. Yeah, she can't.
And he can.
I can dissipate it.
I can.
It's a concentration spell,
Uh huh.
so I can drop it.
Do we want to get them?
Do you make a move?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, for now I can telepathically talk to them and there.
Okay.
As long as within 30 feet.
Maybe we should have one of them go around the edge to see what's on the other side of the warehouse.
Yeah, I'll go check over there.
Just a peek.
As you guys come out to the edge of this warehouse, I need you to roll a perception check to get going.
Who all ran? Who was in here?
Those two.
Just her.
Oh.
But I was gonna
Oh, you're gonna
keep pace with her, yeah.
17.
That's more than me.
And I was the one to go over here.
So you're sneaking across the road.
While he's on time.
Same.
Yeah, we'll go with them.
So you guys are all in the alleyway. Sound's still going.
Maybe. Yeah, that's
I'm gonna hold it up for now, just in case.
Okay.
Just me.
That's probably me.
Yeah.
So we still have our pass without a trace on because it hasn't been an hour.
That's correct.
Bless you.
As long as you stay within range of her, 30 feet. So,
We're all
perception
in
check.
there, so I'm gonna drop the silence. There's no reason for it at this point.
Except for us sneaking around in there.
You stand over there?
Yeah, it's still.
It
Okay.
doesn't hurt you to keep it up, right?
Out of the darkness, we can't think
10 minutes concentration, yeah. Okay.
Just leave.
I guess it would affect the inside that bottom part of the.
Mm-hmm. Or we can sneak in the door and then sneak in.
So as you get to the edge there, I need someone to make a perception check because when the was not there, she's gone. And all they gotta do.
Oh, she rolled a 17, so I had a 12.
Okay. So you're standing behind her and you can't get a very good look. And she's not really listening to you at this point. Just this sexual thing is kind of in your way. You can't really get a good look. But as she's looking around the edge, she sees about 12 people standing out the back of this. And they're unloading this boat that's down the dock. As you can see, there's a dock that, I don't know if you can see it. It rolls off the edge of the table. There's a dock that extends out from the warehouse. Some stairs go down and then to the flat portion of the dock. So there's about 12 of them that are standing there. Some of them are unloading things. And you see 2 gentlemen in robes, and mostly you have martial weapons that are standing up there.
wonder if you should look inside the warehouse.
I think so. We need to get into the range of that silence area
Yeah.
so that we can see what we have going on.
It's gone. He dropped it.
No, we didn't.
I said I dropped it, and then they're like, no, don't drop it. And
Alright, so, I'm gonna time where this dude,
DM's decision.
go back to the door, I'm gonna peek and open this door.
Sure. It's wood.
Open.
Okay, so go ahead and
Quietly.
Go ahead and
You
you
can open it
roll.
quietly because it should be.
Try and use your lockpicks to slide it in.
No, not quite in the zone of shame.
Yeah, easily locked.
He's locked.
Easily open, yeah.
Okay, so I'm opening silently, and I wanna see what I see.
Okay, double check for me.
I assume no one comes back with us, right?
No, you guys don't got that.
About 5 feet inside the door, it's silent, but not.
Okay. You look inside, and there are a ton of crates. And you've been come up to this portion of the door right here. You can't see very much other than that set of crates in front of the door.
Okay, how tall do they go behind?
About 20 feet away.
Okay.
Climb up to the roof.
You can see from where you're at, looking at the door real quick.
We use everything on the first day.
And most of it, there's a big open path in the middle.
Okay.
True.
Just have to run.
So I'll go the first pathway and take a peek.
You want to turn and peek down that first alleyway? That's what we're going to let off into the next episode.
Thank you.
So, like I said, we will come back probably late October. For those of you who watch our episodes between now and then. But we hope you guys enjoy the content.
So there's no reason not to get caught up.
And I'm sorry tonight was a lot of storytelling content, so we'll probably have a bit more of that now that we're in the cities. But action is coming.
Maybe too much, maybe too much.
It is coming. Well, my-
Nah, man, I got this whistling arrow back in.
Right, Yondu.
Yeah, hey, how much more of those cost?
Nothing, you can spell. What is telekinesis? That's your next character.